Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all ages, it's our pleasure to present to you the newest name in Delaware sports and sports around the world, who has had absolutely no success in the real world, so he's dedicated his life to talking sports. He's known to be prickly and very opinionated. It's time to get in the huddle with your host, Coach Muddle.
All right. Good evening. Welcome to the NFL Draft, everyone. Man, excited to be. I kind of feel like the NFL Draft is like getting a second base with your new girlfriend. I mean, look, because the season ends, it's like you're in that withdrawal, that breakup of, and then free agency comes. So now it's like, all right, I got a new girl in first base. The draft, second base, we get into OTAs, third base, and then training camp starts, and we're back home run. We're in it, man. It's my perception.
You're right. It's exciting to see what moves teams are going to make. But if you're a diehard and loyal Eagles fan like me, it's like, oh, what is Howie going to do again this year? Get the person we don't need or want.
There you go. And honestly, I agree with that. I think that's what they're going to do unmistakably, because that's what the Eagles do. Come on, look at the last few drafts when you drafted a guy and there was, the kid from Seattle, the receiver from Seattle was still on the board, DJ Metcalf. You could have had him. Jefferson last year, you could have had
Jeff
him
Whiteside.
Receiver, and so I don't know what they're thinking, but they'll figure out a way to screw it up.
I made a post today, and this is in all seriousness. I said Jesus Christ himself could be available in the draft, and Howie will find a way to skip him for some unknown Mountain West receiver or lineman. I'm telling you, it never fails. Never fails for that guy.
Yep.
So I'm seeing some reports right now. I'm seeing some reports right now about the Broncos becoming close to trading for Rodgers. I'm not sure how true it is, but that's what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, but now, does this mean if you are the Packers, and obviously you're going to get a truckload for an MVP, do you go? Are you in the quarterback mix? Because you don't know what you have in Love.
No.
And you traded up to get him.
They said they like him.
But man, the next year's quarterback class
it's a tough man.
So do you take that chance?
Tricky.
I mean, where do you go? Because honestly, I don't really think that Aaron Rodgers, obviously, you can't say he doesn't have weapons. You're not an MVP year in and year out, taking your team to an NFC championship without being able to produce, which he has. He's an MVP. So why, I think it's defensive problem in Green Bay. It's more of a defensive problem than it is an offensive problem. They keep saying weapons. But the guy leads the league. He's throwing for tons of yards and touchdowns. I mean, am I wrong to say that defense is more of the problem in Green Bay?
I mean, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's got to be more than that, defense or offense. I think it's more of an issue of just a upfront deal, because to be successful as you are being Aaron Rodgers, to all of a sudden go, you know what, I don't want to come back. There's something that hasn't been put out there yet that's going on behind the scenes, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because again, if you're the 49ers, I mean, is he a good look? If you're the Broncos, do you trade up to get him? I mean,
just saying. I don't know. You already paid a ton of money to get that third pick. And Rodgers is
the 49ers would be the best destination. Yeah.
Right, you're going home. I mean, every guy at the end of their career wants to go home. Big fan of the show. Our own head coach, Dell State, Rod Milstead, came home at the end of his career. He went and played. He played for the Redskins. He wanted to come home and play. So,
Right.
a lot of guys want to do that, and I just don't. But it just doesn't make sense. You already paid a truckload to get the third pick. You're going to go and dump more into that for Rodgers for what, 2 years?
I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? To be honest with you, what do you have to lose? But then again,
right,
too,
your job's on the
they
line.
don't have the package. They don't have the package to trade up for Rodgers. They don't have the package. They traded their first for the next 2 years to the Dolphins.
Right.
They traded a second as well, if I believe. They trade a lot. They did trade a lot to the third pick. I just don't think they have the package the Packers are looking for unless they offer a Nick Bosa or Pete Warner type player.
Which if you do offer that, what does that do to your team?
Right, because now that you lose that huge piece.
Bosa was gone already last year for a number of games. So to me, I'd rather trade Bosa than Werner. But it does affect the team significantly. But I think the Packers would want Werner over Bosa because they don't really have that that linebacker. They do have some edge rushers. They have Zadarius Smith and what's the other? Preston Smith. They have both of those. So I think it's more of the need for Pete Warner rather than Nick Bosa. But I don't think the 49ers are willing to trade the centerpiece of their defense for Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you're either in any situation, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have to give up a lot to get Aaron Rodgers, a veteran like Aaron Rodgers. But I mean, you look at it. I mean, he's a great fit for any one of those teams: the Broncos, the Raiders, the whoever. I mean, he's a decent fit. He's a proven guy. So, there were reports earlier saying that Najee Harris. Oh, God.
Hey, hey, Sias, listen, I was on that early, but look, you lost Villanueva, your center retired, and your right tackle retired. You need O-line help, brother. If you don't address that and you're right in that wheelhouse, you need to get O-line. I think you can get a back later in the draft, but you got to address that O-line, especially Big Ben is like a statue back there. I mean, you got to keep him upright, dude.
Yeah,
and the draft is very, very thin at those positions. There's the talent level drops off significantly after the second, third round.
Right. I mean, heck, you could get Julio, you could get Harris, you could get whoever. I mean, if you don't have the guys to protect them, it's all for naught.
And listen, I've been saying this since anyone would hear me. We would be talking about the Giants as a contender if if Sam Darnold was drafted instead of Barkley. With the moves the Giants have made,
I somehow knew.
Okay,
I somehow knew.
We would be talking about the Giants being a contender. Sam Darnold, I'm applauding that he's finally out of that dumpster fire and can prove himself in a great system that is more his. It's going to be Sam Darnold friendly in Carolina. Plus, it's got a running game. That means everything.
If he plays, there's rumors they want to trade up for a quarterback, which I mean to me wouldn't make sense. But there are rumors that if Justin Fields is available at 6 or something, they could pull the trigger.
I honestly don't. Well, then why did you get Sam Darnold? What was the purpose of getting
exactly?
Why would you give up? I know you didn't give up a lot, but why would you even bother bringing him in? You already have Teddy Bridgewater there.
You're right.
So, and you're on the hook for paying him. You're still paying him $7 million to play for somebody else. So why would you do that? So I'm not buying that they are going to get a quarterback. I think that they are, for some crazy reason, Miami and the Bengals both pass on Sewell. I think that's where they go. So
you're right. I think so. I think so as well. That's if a team doesn't trade up with Detroit to take him.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
all those scenarios definitely work out. I mean, it's going to be interesting. We'll know in about 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
yep. There you go.
Let me turn the draft on. I don't even have the draft on.
We will see. We will see. I mean, it's kind of like, why do we have all this buildup? Just skip the first 2 picks because we already know. Just stick the card up.
So are you saying it should go back to how it was like originally, where you're just in the office and hey, we got this guy. Click. Hey, we got this guy.
Right.
That's what you want? You want the old school
I'm
way
just
back
the
in
first
Philly?
2 picks. Just the first 2 picks because both of those guys aren't there. We already know who they are. There's no drama. There's no buildup of. We already know that Trevor Lawrence is going to Jacksonville. So why do we have to wait the full 15 minutes on the clock so the NFL can do this whole rigmarole? And he's not even in Cleveland. He's at home.
I'm going to say 15 minutes, try 60 minutes. It was an hour. I mean, I've never seen it. Like there's now a concert at the draft.
I know.
A concert. Like, are we picking football players or are we picking the next lineup for Firefly?
Listen. Now, I'm dating myself, but I remember me and my buddies would go down to the city for the draft because it was free. You could get in for free. Once they filled up the upper deck, that was it. And if you got there, like you could go down there day of, and I think a little bit later on it started getting, you'd have to camp out for a day or so. But we used to go to the draft. I mean, what was I, 85? I think 85, 86, 87, and 88. I was at those 4 drafts. And that was just, you took the train, you showed up and walked in. But,
right.
But now it's this big, huge thing. I think you actually don't you have to get tickets to this? You can't just roll up there.
Yeah, no. Now, Philly, I know you could be on the yard and that would you could come up and just see there, but these you definitely have to have tickets.
Right, here you go. Thanks, TJ. That's right. Midtown.
We need to get more picks.
Yeah, we do. He's a Giant fan. TJ knows. I would like to see them trade back, which Gettleman has never done. So I don't know how that's going to pan out, but I would like to see that and get some more picks. But we definitely need a pass rusher. I mean, that is first and foremost because, again, Williams is not a Batman. He is a Robin. I know he got Batman money, but he is still just a Robin. We need a legit defensive end that will really cause havoc, and you've got to with the offensive. Dak is back in Dallas. So
isn't Williams
when did Nevada start wearing glasses?
So yes, but no, he is considered a defensive end. Because he fought.
In your system, and
he filed a grievance so he could get paid like a defensive end, and not a defensive tackle. Because you're talking about $5 or $6 million difference there. So
that's an interesting system, by the way. We'll see.
Well,
we'll see.
You remember I said all summer, I was like, the defense is going to be a question mark. That offense is high-powered. We're going to be losing games 38, 35. We're going to be putting up 30-plus points. And what was it? It was the defense that kept us in those games week in and week out. And we've added some pieces to that defense. I mean, we lost Tomlinson, big clog in the middle. But we'll see. Hopefully we can plug that hole later in the draft. Tonight, this weekend.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. Now, I'm not buying the Patriots moving up. I'm in on them moving back because that's what Belichick does. But I think that Fields would fall to them at 15. I don't think, unless the Eagles that would be something the Eagles would do, would take him. they would do that.
That's the last thing we need to do. That's the last thing. I'm serious. We don't need to look for a quarterback. We need a Kyle Pitts. We need an offensive line.
It's not going to be there. You get offensive line, but I still think, you might get a Surtain or J.C. Horn might be there in that, or Caleb Farley. One of those three guys will be there, I think.
But I'm saying we need a Pitts-like player. Like we need explosive. Offensive players.
Then I guess you're going to have to, Devontae Smith or Waddle. I think one of those two guys will be there.
Yeah, Waddle will be good.
So we'll see. But that's the thing. Every mock draft I saw was the Giants taking a receiver. Why are you spending? Why did you invest $72 million in the receiver when you're going to draft one? I'm not buying that. So.
Well,
we'll see. It looks
here we go.
Cold. It looks like it's a little cold and rainy in Cleveland. As
it does.
As here in South Florida, it's 92 degrees. I was sweating a little bit.
It must be nice.
So I'd throw that in a little bit.
Must be nice. Just to sprinkle some salt in the wound there. Yeah.
So
I tell you what, Cleveland rocks, but the weather don't. Oh my God! Oh man, there he is, first round draft pick.
So. I don't think.
You don't think Trevor's going to go first?
No, he's going first. I'm just talking about Stiz just put this up. I don't think Denver's in on a quarterback. I don't. I think they like Locke. I think they just needed to bring somebody in to push him.
Yeah. Zach Wilson.
Right.
Oh boy, there we go.
I don't think that is the case there. So,
oh my God! I hope this train is broken tonight. I am so tired of the Carson Wentz North Dakota State coattail. I can't wait. I'm so tired of that. I'm tired of it. Like it's no offense to him, but it's North Dakota State. He didn't do it at Alabama or Clemson or come on, man.
Right.
Come on. I mean,
I agree. I still am not a fan of those guys going that high in the first round.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, look, and everybody points to Joe Flacco, but everybody forgets Joe Flacco was at Pitt. Joe played at Pitt and couldn't get on the field there and transferred to UD. Okay.
Right.
So he was a Division I guy. Carson Wentz didn't get any Division I offers and chose North Dakota State. So, all right, listen, put your hands together. He hasn't turned into a zombie yet, but here he is. Here he is, man. The gingerbread man himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bob and Nick, how you doing,
Delaware, Del Val gingerbread man. Let's get it right.
What's going on, Coach? Billy, long time no see. What's going on, buddy? What's up, Tanner?
What's up, brother?
What's going on, Nick?
See what your boy Stiz put up?
Start wearing glasses, and when did he lose about 150 pounds, too?
That's right. But, hey, listen, I tell you what. I have put on the broken leg 20 or 25 lbs.
Broken leg 20. Oh, that's great. I like that one. The broken leg 20.
I mean, come on, you can tell I'm starting to get that second chin in there. I'm going to start looking like you guys down there in the bottom corner.
I wish I had a second chin. I got 2 and 3 down here.
You got the beard covering it. You guys got the beard covering it up. Man.
You know it, man. They're just for men.
There you go.
Yeah, man. A touch of gray in there.
So what have I missed so far, Coach?
We were just kind of going over just what we think will happen with different scenarios. Obviously the biggest news is that Aaron Rodgers wants out of Green Bay, and where we were talking about San Francisco and what a place, but they already gave away the Brinks truck to go to number 3. They don't have the pieces to put it together to get a guy like that, so they're kind of stuck. So,
to me, if I'm Green Bay, I'm really entertaining the San Francisco call. Just
Absolutely.
Because imagine if they call you and say, "All right, we'll give you Jimmy G, we'll give you the third pick. How won't you entertain that? I mean, I know if Aaron Rodgers is unhappy.
But they don't have it. I think I need something else. And they gave Tanner, didn't they give Miami next year's #1 as well?
Yep.
So,
and the year after that,
in that bag,
actually.
What else?
Yeah, he's right. The next 2 years.
So then you'd have to put in, like we said, maybe a Bosa or somebody in that package then.
I don't think they're going to give that up. But look, but still, you got to look at it, Coach. Aaron Rodgers is going to be 38 in December.
Yeah,
so if they're only expecting another year or two out of him, and he wants to get paid too. He wants to get paid like the MVP. It's something you need to look at. You drafted a quarterback in the first round last year, so if you trade him and you can get the 3rd overall pick and Jimmy G, so you're getting somebody to replace him. You can see if you like Jimmy G. If not, or you can even turn and trade Jimmy G to the Patriots or something. Maybe you get the 3rd pick and a 2nd round pick. It's something to entertain because I think they're going to dig in. Supposedly, what an insider said, I guess somebody called up the Packers and said, what are they going to do? Basically, they said the Packers are going to dig in, and he can either play for the Packers or be a game show host. So, because if you remember, he did the whole Jeopardy thing.
That's right. He did.
I think
that's a good one. Game show host.
But you want to put up what Stiz said, Coach? I think that's interesting.
Yeah. We were just talking about that before you came on, and I still am not buying Denver getting a quarterback.
I am. I think it's a possibility. The one I think's not getting a quarterback is the Panthers, because why do you give up a 2nd round pick and more for Sam Darnold to be a backup? Right. So I think the Panthers is all smoke and mirrors. I think Denver. I think they want Trey Lance or Justin Fields. If they can get one of those guys, it's Billy Rolling Rides. You're not a fan of which one, Trey Lance or?
Dude, I am tired of the North Dakota State Carson Wentz coattail. I'm so sick of it. I can't stand it. I can't. It drives me insane. My God, like really? So now we're gonna crown him off of Carson Wentz, really? So every year a North Dakota State quarterback's gonna go. 3, anywhere from 1 to 5 in the draft. Let's just do that now.
Yeah,
unreal.
And he hasn't played much football, but Billy, you know how it is nowadays. They love these big quarterbacks that are 6'5", 6'6". He did run for 1,100 yards too, and they're comparing him to a Steve McNair caliber type quarterback. So, we'll see.
We definitely will see. I think it's panned out a little bit. With the press and the pressure and everything else. Yeah. You look at a guy like Carson Wentz who did do a lot for Philly. You look at the toughness aspect, and everybody questioned it because of, again, came from North Dakota State, and then you got a guy that comes in that just as a rookie, but he's been at Alabama, he's been at Oklahoma, and you could just see the sheer difference in how they both dealt with situations. And I'm telling you, this experiment, this is experiment gone wrong. I'm gonna call this the Frankenstein experiment of the NFL. It's an experiment gone wrong, and it needs to stop.
But wait a second, because he did have that flash when he was in the right system, when he had that MVP season going that Super Bowl year. So if Trey Lance goes to that right system, he could duplicate that. So it's a system, because remember, we did have a guy on this show that used to think Tom Brady was a system quarterback. So again, if he was the right system, he might be able to, do something.
Also, too, let's not compare him to Tom Brady, dear God.
Yeah, no.
Let's not do that.
Now,
dear
Billy,
God.
the one thing I would say, if Trey Lance ends up in a San Francisco, I think that's a great spot for him. There's Jimmy G there. He can sit a year. They're going to run the football and play action. Shanahan's a great coach. I think if he falls to the right situation, it could work. But I do agree with you. You put him in the wrong situation in Denver, who just has struggled offensively since Peyton Manning left, and even struggled at the end of Peyton Manning's few years there. I don't know if that would be successful for him.
I love Pat Shermer as an offensive coordinator. I think he's a good offensive coordinator. I think that they just needed somebody to push Drew Lock a little bit. I think that's why they brought Teddy Bridgewater in.
That's possible.
I think that they're okay with that. But but that's not bad. But I think Trey Lance, if he doesn't go New England or the 49ers, anywhere else, I think he's a bust.
Now, Coach, can I ask Tanner a question quick?
Go ahead.
So, Tanner, question for you. Obviously, the Dolphins trade out of 3 to 12 and then trade up with my Eagles to 6. I really believe when they got that 6th pick, it was in hopes that they would get Pitts or Chase. A lot of mock drafts have Pitts going 4 to the Falcons, and a lot of people thought the Bengals were going to take Sewell, and now there's a lot of rumors that they're going to take Chase. So if Pitts or Chase is not there at 6, do you think they take one of the Alabama receivers or go offensive line, or what direction do you have them going?
Well, I definitely think that, it's going to be one of the Bama receivers. Like I was saying, I was on a stream before this, and I was saying that they just traded Eric Flowers, but they've been trying to trade him for months. They signed DJ Fluker, so I think they try to draft an offensive lineman, later on in the draft. I think I like Fluker as a starting 1-year plug-in. So I definitely think you have to go get a playmaker. I mean, our depth at the position is just horrible. You saw that later on in the season against Kansas City, against Buffalo. So I think we just had another playmaker. If everyone else can stay healthy, we'll be fantastic. Yeah. But I think adding an extra playmaker that can come in and start day one will just add to our depth and add to our playmaking ability as well.
Right, and I agree. I think too. A lot of people gave, I think, undue criticism to Tua last year. I mean, first of all, he's a rookie with no, during COVID, no mini camps or anything. And look, they didn't have a lot of playmakers. So you give to a playmaker, whether it's maybe you get Chase or Pitts, maybe you get Waddle or Smith. And then I think with that 18 pick, I think they go line, maybe an Elijah Vera Tucker or somebody of that nature. But I'm curious to see what you think of this as well, Tanner, because I really believe this is what did. First of all, the Dolphins are playing chess while everybody plays checkers in regards to draft picks. The way they went from 3 to 12 and then move up to 6, and they still have a first-round draft pick in 2023 was brilliant. So you go from 3 to 6, and you get a first-round pick in 2 years.
So we have 1 in 2022 and then 2 in 2023.
Right. So it's just – and what I think it is, Tanner, and I'm curious to what you think, I really believe they're going to give Tua this year, okay, see what happens. And then if by the end of this year they aren't happy with Tua, I think they make a trade this offseason, maybe Watson, whomever, and then you got the 2 first-rounders in 2023, you got a first-rounder in 2022, so you're positioned to either move up in the draft or maybe trade for one of those quarterbacks out there to bring them to the Dolphins. Do you agree if after this year Tua isn't good, the Dolphins did do that to kind of set themselves up to try to go get that quarterback if need be until it doesn't work out?
Well, like Coach was saying, the next year's quarterback class is nowhere near this year's. So
100%. Right.
I don't think they draft I don't think they draft one next year. I don't think they trade one because the Dolphins are coming in their first year. Tua's having a new offensive coordinator this year. We're having co-offensive coordinators. I know that might sound weird, but it is what it is. So
that's the fail.
I definitely think
you have 2, you have none. It's true. You have
essentially.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that they're going to give Tua more than just this year. The whole thing of giving a quarterback a year and a half is just it's so popular now. I mean, look at Josh Rosen. Look at Drew Lock now. Look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold didn't even get out of his rookie contract. Not even he just got the option to pick up his 5th year. Look at that. Right. Josh Rosen is on the practice squad the Buccaneers now. I mean, it's crazy, man. I think to not give Tua the opportunity.
He's on the Niners practice squad now. He's not even on.
No. Is he?
He's in San Fran. He's on their practice squad.
I thought Tampa had him.
For like a cup of coffee, and then they
check this.
Yeah, check that. You're probably right. I would take your word, Tanner, over Coach's. So now, Tanner, I do agree with you in regards to what you're saying. What I do agree
Oh
with you.
man, Coach is right.
Okay, good for you, Coach. Yeah, good, man. But Tanner, I do
Maybe
agree
that's the
with you
new
in regards to
49ers quarterback.
yeah. I'd hope not. I do agree with you in regards to not giving quarterbacks time. Like you said about Darnold. Darnold, I think, was more a bad situation, obviously. But I think with the Dolphins, they've had this ascension where, you look at a year ago, they start the 2019 season, and look like the worst team in football, and then finish strong. And then you look at last year, they play well. They win 10 games. They almost make the playoffs. I think it's like, look, we're right there. So there's that pressure. And you're going into next year with the Dolphins, and they're hoping to make the playoffs. So it's really kind of different when you're drafting high and getting a quarterback, at 6, and now here you are a year and a half later, and you're considered to be a playoff team. So, that's interesting. And the one thing I'd love to know with the Dolphins is how obviously they got to regret drafting Tua over Herbert.
Absolutely, got to.
Yeah, as of right now, I definitely see what you're saying. I do think Herbert was in a better situation. Of course, he wasn't meant to be the starter. We all know what happened to Tyrod Taylor. But I definitely think, looking back on, I think Herbert, is the better quarterback as of right now. But like you're saying, the Dolphins went from being one of the worst teams talent-wise to being 10-6 and a team about to make the playoffs. I think, like any team, they just the rebuild just happened in the blink of an eye. I think that same exact situation can happen to the Giants this year.
Yeah,
and I truly believe that.
The Dolphins have 4 picks in the top 50 too. So this year, so that's going to be interesting. Correct. And I would like the one weak, not weak link, but I think they need to improve that offensive line. I do think they go playmaker, like you said, with 6, and I think they need to improve that line, at 18 or in the second round.
They definitely get Najee Harris at 18. I do believe that should be the right pick. They have 3 rookies from last year on the offensive line. They have Austin Jackson, Sol McKinley, and Robert Hunt. They're moving Hunt from tackle to guard. They're going to put Fluke Ren at guard. They just got Matt Zakara from the Ravens to play center. So you're essentially keeping just 3 starters and potentially adding 2 more unless you keep Jesse Davis in a tackle instead of DJ Fluker. So the offensive line isn't as horrible as everyone thinks. It's definitely not a strong suit, but I think they have other bigger needs, as in edge rusher. Dolphins have one good edge rusher.
100%. So you're right. They struggled in the running game. I think they thought Jordan Howard from the Eagles was going to be that guy that kind of helped them last year, and it just didn't work out.
Right, but he also had a lot more help than they thought he was going to be the guy. He had a lot more help, in all fairness. But they took away that help. Of course, he's not going to be that guy. He hasn't, he can't take that load. I mean, my God. I don't know what they – well,
he did in Chicago, Jordan Howard.
Yeah,
he was great in Chicago.
But like I said, he had help. You look up, they let the whole stable out the pasture. There's nobody left. What do you want them to do?
And part of it's also scheme. You look at Matt Breida, you saw how good he was with the 49ers, and then he just comes off to the Dolphins, and they just misused him. That's why I think Tua wasn't as good as people think, because he was just misused. He wasn't put in the right situations to succeed.
Why do we have 5 minutes left in on the clock and they haven't brought the card up yet?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Come on now. It's a no-brainer here.
Hey, and you tell me if I'm wrong. I think the first 3 should be instant picks. Because you know who you're going to get.
Now my question is for you guys is this. What happened to Justin Fields at 2? I know all of a sudden the Jets traded Darnold, and all of a sudden it's like Zach Wilson's going 2. What happened to Fields? Everyone, Fields is the consensus number 2 pick.
Yeah.
It's injury. Injury and a little bit of off the field stuff.
Yeah, and Bill, you're right. There was some rumors about, they said he doesn't pass, he doesn't go to his second read a lot with Fields. There was some work ethic questions, which right away Day went out and debunked, and I agree. I think you have every year where there's certain players that the media and, pundits, whatever you want to call them, rise that raise up, and then there's some that they kind of bring down. And,
Right.
Tanner, you're right. Zach Wilson's that guy this year. I think he's a little overrated. I like him, but I think he got a little overrated, and I think Fields kind of got pushed down and gets a little overrated. But no, you're right. Fields did seem like the 2 pick. And look, there's some, have him dropping all the way to 15 now with the Patriots. And another guy who got a jump. How about Mac
Chris
Jones?
Sims had him dropping to 32.
Well,
Wow.
it's funny you say that. Mac Jones made the jump, and he had 2 freaking DUIs.
Yeah.
He had 2.
Yep.
Hey,
Mac Jones
I mean,
now he can pay for an Uber.
He can pay for a permanent driver.
Billy will pick you up. Billy's an Uber driver on the side. So
Listen, Billy's coming by in his
FedEx,
truck.
Nick. FedEx,
Yeah.
Nick.
Look,
I can deliver him to the facility.
Yeah.
But I think part of that is, though, I think some teams put that out there because they want him to fall. They don't want to have to. They want him. They know they can't get him. And if they can put enough negativity out there, then he can fall to them. I believe a lot of that goes on, too, with guys, too.
And another thing, too, Coach, just to bring up what Billy had said and you about why are you waiting, I think, look, the Jags are never relevant. So right now they're relevant for 10 minutes. So they want to get all of those 10 minutes. The Jags haven't been relevant
it's 15.
since
It's the first round. It's 15. So
yeah, the last time they were – it's 15 minutes?
And the first round's 15. And then
oh, my gosh.
Then,
we're going to be here all night.
Nick, here's the thing.
Look,
So
he's
my
not
wife
even on the phone. He's nothing. He's like, he's
All right, Coach, great point. What are you saying, Billy?
My wife just brought up a great point. It sucks that, Trevor Lawrence, greatest player in college, is going to go to the worst team. Well, for the first time in a long while, you got an exciting aspect on that worst team because you have a guy like Urban Meyer who comes in, who's a pistol as a coach. And I mean, his system, I see Trevor Lawrence doing some big things in his system.
And Billy, it's almost like a college team in per se, too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tanner.
Right.
How do you guys think Fields feels? His college head coach is now drafted first overall.
No,
and
he's not.
He's not even being considered.
He's not.
Exactly. How do you think?
Yeah,
how do you
but
think
Urban
Fields
wasn't
feels?
there when he was there. He wasn't.
Yeah,
there.
no, Urban wasn't. Urban may
wasn't
have.
there.
It was
2 years
recruiting
ago.
process. Yes, it was.
Fields started in Georgia,
yes.
too.
Yeah,
Fields was in Georgia,
in
too.
Georgia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when Fields got there, Day was coach.
Yeah, he recruited. Now, I'm not to say that he wasn't there when he got recruited.
Mhm.
However, once he became the starter,
Wait, did the clock just change? I'm sorry. Did I just look and see the clock go from
it definitely
3
was down to
minutes to
3
9
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. It's in. That's why.
Here's the
Pick is in.
pick. That's why. And see,
Here
you're
we
wrong
go.
again. It's 10 minutes, not 15. I know it's 10 minutes, Coach.
All right, my bad. I thought.
So, in regards to the Jags, though, Billy had said the one thing about the Jags too. I agree with the Urban Meyer thing. Now, look, except for Jimmy Johnson and Pete Carroll, college coaches haven't really transitioned into the NFL well. Now, I think Urban Meyer is going to do okay, but it's
Barry
almost
Switzer.
like a college. It's Barry Switzer. Come on, he coached the best team ever, and he almost blew that too. Come on, Coach, don't embarrass yourself. But the Jags, you almost have a clean slate too. They got a ton of money in the salary cap. They got some draft picks. They got obviously number 1 this year and number 23. So they can kind of build it from the ground up. So I do agree with that, Bill. I think it's an interesting thing. We'll see what happens, but look, Meyer gets the quarterback he thinks he needs, and you can go from there. But it's going to be interesting to see what the Jaguars do, in the next couple of years.
Exactly. My God, the pick's been in for 2 minutes. Just say it already. Now, this is the part that's annoying. The pick is in. 5 minutes later, here comes the pick. Like, if the pick is in, just say the pick. Where are they walking from? East Egypt? Good Lord.
My stream is actually about 2 minutes behind you guys. So you guys are going to know the pick, and I'm just going to be sitting there saying the pick is in.
So now, did you guys hear today a little bit of news? Tim Tebow tried out at tight end for the Jaguars today. Did you hear about that? But, Billy,
yeah,
he
and they're
should have
saying
done that. Good.
They're
Good, Tim.
saying that he could be a Taysom Hill type player.
Oh, God.
And they're saying
I don't know
Urban
about-
Meyer's intrigued by that.
No, look, and I think if he would have, if Tim Tebow would have got out of his head that he had to be a quarterback a few years ago, I think he would have been a good tight end or H-back. I don't know about. I mean, look, maybe he can be a Taysom Hill type player. He can still throw the ball a little bit. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback, but he can run the football, and he is. He's Tim Tebow. He's a athletic guy, and I think it's going to be interesting. And I'm curious to see if there's any chance he comes in comes to the Jaguars and plays tight end.
Right. That should be interesting. Well, surprise.
He just
folks,
retired from
Trevor
baseball.
Yeah.
Lawrence. Surprise. The reaction was kind of delayed.
Look, he didn't want to do that with the Jets because if you remember, that's what the hell was Fat Ass's name? The coach at the time.
Rex.
Yeah, Rex, Sexy Rexy wanted to make him that way, and he didn't want to do it. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Rex.
Rex was too worried about looking at his, watching his wife's feet. You know what I mean? So nothing was better than look up that press conference when Wes Welker alludes to that.
Yes,
he doesn't ever say it. He's like, you got to go 1 foot at a time. You got to dip your toe in the water. And he kept on talking about feet things. It was all, and he ended up getting suspended for the first possession. Okay, and then now they got up the Jets trade, and that's why I think obviously the Panthers, they're going to give Darnold a chance. You don't give up a second, a fourth, and a sixth to bring in a guy to be your backup quarterback. So I don't think the Panthers are taking a QB. I think they're going to go either defense or offensive line.
Is that his mom or his girlfriend?
That's his mom, clearly. Come on.
I hope so.
Maybe like
I would hope so. Dear God.
I don't know. Maybe that is.
It might be his mom. I can't see
let
it
me
because
tell
they're
you
just
something.
now announcing
Nick,
but
that's his girlfriend.
his wife.
Mama. Good Lord. His wife.
They just got married. He just got married about 2 weeks ago.
That's his wife?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I can't see. I just saw that Trevor Lawrence got picked.
He should have
Talk
got
about robbing the cradle. If so, good Lord.
He got bad advice. He got bad advice. That's all I got.
Early in the game.
Yep.
Well, Coach,
he should have signed his contract first, then did it because he got the money before the marriage. You can't get it. Come on. You need to have coaches your damn representation, brother. Come on now.
Coach, you went to a Mormon school. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I know how
married,
it goes,
brother.
Man. I know.
Yeah, you went to a Mormon school?
Yeah. Rick's College, baby. Rexburg, Idaho. Steve Young's little brother was the quarterback.
So did you not curse?
Two won't do in 92, baby.
That
was our motto. Chapel of Love, man. You know, there's a lot of things making that.
So did you not curse or were you like a Mormon when you were there?
No, listen, let me put it this way. Let me put it to you this way. They gave me an apple and a map and they sent me on my way.
Oh, that had to be a cute introduction. An apple and a map.
Yep. Here's an apple and a map. See ya.
They give you the one with the crayon drawn because they knew it was going to be rough.
You are here.
You are here. Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I do like, if this pans out, I do like Zach Wilson for the Jets. I mean, they're not going to be Super Bowl contender year one.
Can I just throw this out? Can I throw this out there? I just want this. This is a fact. Go fact check me, Nevada Nick.
All right.
But every great quarterback, MVP, has sat behind somebody. No one's come in from day one and been the starter to be the guy. Mahomes, Tom,
Montana,
Aaron, Montana still sat behind somebody.
Who did he sit behind?
Go look it up, but I don't remember because you don't remember.
Broadway didn't start. Broadway didn't start off the game.
No.
Dan Marino, but he didn't win a Super Bowl. Did you say Super Bowl or MVP?
Any of them, but any of them. And Dan Marino didn't start week one. He came in like week 1 or 2.
Yeah, but they went 15-1.
It doesn't matter.
Did Dick?
But the point is,
Peyton Manning.
they weren't the starter day one.
Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sheriff.
Amen.
The
All right.
sheriff,
So there's
baby.
one. Don't be the exception. Go with the rule.
Not Eli.
And that's
Not
why
Eli.
One.
it's the dumpster fire.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, in all fairness, Coach, he's a sheriff. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
but Ben Roethlisberger, he didn't sit behind anybody.
Yes, he did. Yes,
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Who
What's
did
his
he
name
sit
got
behind?
hurt? Week one. The
Week
dude got
one.
hurt.
How do you
Week
consider
one, the guy
playing
got
1
hurt.
week behind somebody sitting behind
Doesn't matter.
somebody?
You didn't start from day one. You weren't the starter day one.
Okay,
you got hurt that year.
You weren't the starter day one, but you were the starter afternoon one.
Yes.
You weren't the starter that morning, but that afternoon you're the starter.
Coach Stiz said you played for the Mormon Tabernacle Choir.
Yes, I did.
Now, when you talk about the Jets, the one thing I think is good for the Jets, I like some of the moves they're starting to make. And look, I'm very familiar with Joe Douglas. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yes.
Look at all the injuries the Niners had last year, and that defense still played hard under Robert Saleh. And let's not forget, too, he brings over LaFleur's brother to be the offensive coordinator for the Jets. I think that's a good hire. Mm-hmm. So I like the direction the Jets are headed, and I think that's a big mistake that the Eagles made. I would have promoted Joe Douglas to the GM of the Eagles and let Howie still be the cap guy. But Joe Douglas is a good GM, and I think with the Jets, he's going to – obviously, he is stockpiling picks here. You know, you have the Seattle Seahawks pick next year, I believe, too. You have 2 and 23 this year. I think the Jets are heading in the right direction. You know, it's going to be – do they hit this pick? Because obviously it's going to be big. If Zach Wilson is good, I think, you might see playoff football finally return to New York with the Jets. And, look, that AFC East is going to be formidable. You got the Bills. The Dolphins are for real now. Patriots are going to be better this year. I don't think the Jets are there this year yet, but I think, in 2 or 3 years, the Jets could be formidable as well.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, real quick,
it's
Nevada,
going to turn into the
what's the over-under that crusty couch came from the GM's basement? What's over-under?
Tanner, what were you going to say?
No, it is. What was I going to say? The AFC East is definitely going to turn into the NFC West, because the NFC West is just stockpiled with powerhouses. Yeah, you got the Saints, not the Saints. I'm sorry, that's the South. You got the Seahawks, you got the Rams, the Cardinals,
and the Niners,
and the 49ers, and the Niners.
Yeah. Hey, here's oh, my fault, Devon. Go ahead.
And then when you talk about the NFC West too, I like the talent on the Cardinals, but I don't like the coach. I'm not a fan of Cliff Kingsbury. You talk about a coach who wasn't 500 in college, and he gets a NFL job, and I think if they don't make the playoffs, he's gone, and I guarantee he's not going to. He won't be there next year. And look, part of it is they're in a tough division, and I have them. They might be able to be, kind of get in at 3 over Seattle. But I think the Rams with Stafford are going to be dangerous. And I think the Niners, man, you're talking about a team, they're good, man. You get Bosa back. You got the best offensive line in football. You got a very good defensive line and a good defense. I'm a fan of the Niners. So, it's going to be a tough road to hoe for the Cardinals this year.
I'll tell you what, and you can see it already. My fault, Coach, not to cut you off. You can see it already. He's a great kid, clean-cut kid. Will he be able to handle the meat grinder that is the sports market of New York? Will he be able to handle it?
The number one market in the world, and it's going to be tough because they love you right now, but as soon as you throw that first INT, pick 6, they're going to hate you. So
absolutely.
So we'll see how he takes that and to go from there. But I really think though, the Jets they are moving in the right direction with what they've done, and I think that they're another team. I wouldn't be surprised to take a running back, because let's face it, what's Frank Gore like 60? He's getting ready to. He's AARP is calling. He's going to start doing commercials and collecting Social Security here soon.
Yeah, I think Frank Gore's a free agent, actually.
Oh, is he? Is he gone? Okay.
No, but I
Yeah.
think Coach is right. I think the Jets and the Dolphins are the two most likely to grab Etienne and Najee Harris. I think that they obviously have running back needs. People are talking about Pittsburgh too, but to me, Pittsburgh needs offensive line.
Yeah.
You lose Villanueva, Pouncey retires, and that offense really struggled down the stretch. So I think you might see them get one of the guys from North Carolina later in the second or third round, or maybe you try to grab a free agent. I think Steelers go line early.
Right.
I do think they need a true number one receiver as well. I don't think Juju's the answer. Deontay Johnson has horrible drop issues. Chase Claypool is a good. He's a very good complementary receiver. So is Juju. Right. They don't have a true number one. They have complementary receivers, which is it can work, but not with.
And you've seen it since they lost Antonio Brown. Juju Smith-Schuster was great when he had AB on the other side. Like Coach likes to say, he's a Robin, not a Batman. And that's what Juju Smith-Schuster is. And not just that, too. I know some people don't care, but I don't love all the TikTok videos and the distractions he's doing, that he's signing checks as teams needs the cash, and it's causing distractions. And to me, it's like worry more about what you're doing on the field than your TikTok followers. You want to do that after the game or whatever, but pregame and stuff, let's focus on the game. And that's why he only got a 1-year deal this year, which, supposedly had some better offers from the Eagles and other teams, but he stayed in Pittsburgh.
It says a lot. Four number quarterbacks in the first round since 2000 for the Jets. That's their fourth first-round quarterback.
That's insane.
And third top 10.
Let's name them. So you got Sanchez, Darnold, Wilson. Who was the other one?
Pennington.
Chad Pennington, 2000.
Oh, was it?
Chad Pennington.
Man.
Yeah, Chad
wow.
Pennington.
Yeah,
they've drafted more.
And they also drafted Christian Hackenberg. They drafted Hackenberg second round.
Second round, right. But no, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Drafted more quarterbacks
Geno Smith
than
was the second round, too. Geno
Smith was too.
Yeah.
But,
that's rough.
And, Hackenberg, that's what was crazy. When he went to Penn State, I believe he was the number one quarterback in that high school, rated quarterback. He goes there, and then they obviously have the whole Sandusky scandal, and he just never really worked in the NFL.
What surprised me when your head coach, who coached you to those great seasons in college, goes to the NFL and doesn't touch you. He doesn't take you, doesn't give you an opportunity. That says volumes there to me. Anyway. Come on, you tell me, Billy. Is that the guy?
Right.
You get a head job. This is the deal. You're getting a guy. You trust this guy. You know him. You didn't give him a shot.
Yeah. Well, I mean that shows you, like you said, that's something that's huge. I mean that speaks volumes. You got a guy that you've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. Are you willing? Where the loyalty aspect in coaching in the NFL, where programs are loyal to you, it's not as big as it is in college. So
sorry, one of you guys, you got to mute your TV. I don't want to get in trouble by the social media giants that were,
Gotcha. That's probably me. I was listening to what they were saying about Mac Jones, or just talk about the good, the bad, the ugly with him. I mean, if you're looking at his stuff,
Mac Jones, I think.
I think Mac Jones, without a doubt. Mac Jones,
if not Trey Lance, but I think it's Mac Jones. Yeah.
Well, they're showing him,
man.
They have not shown Trey. Yeah. I don't think they showed Trey Lance in.
I think Mac Jones is what they consider the safest pick. I think they like, obviously, that the guy can run an offense. He makes the right decisions, and look, if you watch his tape, he does make a lot. He puts the ball where it needs to be. He gets the ball where it needs to go. He makes a lot of good throws. But look, it's a surprise because this was a guy that some people had in the second half of the first round. Now he's going in the top 3. But, like they always say, all you need is one team to really want you. And it looks like I'm just surprised with the Niners, because was there another team that was going to draft him in the top 10? The Niners maybe could have stayed at 12 and maybe just moved up a couple spots and still got him. Right. That's what I'm curious about.
They could have traded with Detroit.
Yeah, what other team was going to take Mac Jones? That's what, but we'll find out here because there were some rumors that they were kind of starting to, look at Trey Lance more and more too. So I'm really curious to see where this pick comes. I do think it's going to be Mac Jones, but we'll see once Goodell gets his ass up there and makes the pick.
I know,
we'll
right?
see.
Good
We'll
Lord.
see.
Now,
For me though, with Mac Jones is you played around. What is there going to be? Probably six guys from Alabama taken in the first round today.
I think Billy went and made a Wendy's run.
Yeah, Billy's at
Like a Wendy's run, Billy.
No, never that. I was trying to adjust my volume. I like hearing what they say about these.
Yeah.
What is that to say? Because when you get to the league, you're not going to have all those guys with you. So Trey Lance.
Wow. Here we go again.
Wow. And now this changes everything in the draft.
I think so, because I'd be curious with Bill, because Mac Jones is Bill's guy. Bill Belichick, that is. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Stiz. It's huge right there. Huge.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, because supposedly they said when the Niners initially went up to 3, Mac Jones was their guy. I wonder if that was a smokescreen,
Mm-hmm.
But look, where I do think this is good, if there is a team he's going to be successful, it is the 49ers. This is where he can be successful. They're not going to ask too much out of him.
The offense perfect.
Right, and then not just that, too. You can do RPO stuff with him, and then look, nobody uses motion as much as Shanahan does, and then let's not forget, too, a ton of play action. They're going to roll him out of that pocket and be able to use his athletic ability. So I actually thought this was a better fit for the Niners. I just thought all you heard was Mac Jones. But no, I like the pick. I think he has a higher ceiling, and I think this is a good situation for him. Now it's about coaching him up. The thing I'm curious to see is Jimmy G going to be the placeholder this year?
Yes,
or
I think so now.
I think so too.
I think you got to be. And I just saw the stat. He's thrown 318 passes in his college career, the fewest of any first-round quarterback ever.
What
drafted.
did I tell you? The experiment has gone bad, and you'll see it this year.
Well, I don't think he might not play this year, so we'll see. He's
But
got a gun, man.
Jimmy G can't stay healthy either, so I would
100%.
Probably by week 8, plus there's 17 games this year, he'll be in.
Brady got suspended for 4 games, and Jimmy G couldn't even stay healthy for that.
I think it depends if they want to win now. I think Lance is a starter week 1. I think he gives them the best chance to win. He fits the offense better than Jimmy. He can run.
Yep, I agree
that's a
with him.
gamble I'm willing to take. You're in a tough division. You got to take the risk. You got to take the risk when you're in that division.
I agree with Tanner too. Sometimes with these young guys, baptism by fire. I think he's got a good team around him. And look, you're seeing these quarterbacks play earlier now. Wentz went right in and played and had success. You see a lot of – look at Herbert last year. He went in and played. And even Tua. People like to kill Tua. But Tua won, and look at his touchdown-interception ratio. It wasn't that bad. He had a couple bad games at the end of the year. So I think it's possible. I mean, look, if he looks good in camp – look, if early on he looks a little overwhelmed, and I would maybe not play him. But I do think at some point he's getting in this year.
In my mock draft, I did have Trey Lance going to San Fran. Just want to point that out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What a lucky guess.
So the draft starts here. The draft starts here.
Yes, because everything. No, I mean there was some suspense there because you thought, it could have been Mac Jones. So there was some suspense, but
but no one knows what the Falcons are doing.
I think it's Pitts.
Either Pitts.
It's gotta be
I've
Pitts.
heard Fields. I've heard Fields. I don't know, man. They could trade it.
2 years.
Yeah.
You have 2 years left on the contract with Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan,
I think
but
he's
the
playing
cap-
well.
the cap
He
space,
hasn't
though.
really slipped.
The cap,
But-
though.
Yeah, but you're going to
Yeah.
have to eat it anyway. Why not keep him? He's
Right.
playing
Well,
well.
I think the one thing with the Falcons, too, from what I heard, Arthur Blank wanted to draft a quarterback because he figured, and I understand his point, it's not very often you're drafting 4 in the draft. But supposedly he led it up to Arthur Smith, the new head coach, former Tennessee Titans offensive coordinator, and he wants to try to keep Matt Ryan and get some playmakers on this offense. The question is going to be, is Julio Jones going to be, if they take Pitts, is Julio Jones going to be part of this offense? I don't think Jones gets traded tonight. I think they're going to trade him June 1st because June 1st they only have to absorb 8 of the $23 million. If they traded him at NFL draft weekend, they got to absorb all $23 million. So, but no, I think Pitts is the pick here. Or if it's not Pitts, I think it's offensive line. But hey, who knows? If it's quarterback now, then it's really getting crazy.
It's got to be Pitts.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there was some rumors about the Patriots moving up to 4. And I don't think they're going to do that, though. I think the Patriots didn't like seeing Lance go because now I don't think a lot of people were in Jones. I think the Patriots liked Lance. I do. I think they liked Lance or Justin Fields. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see. I agree. I think that I think Bill will take either one of those, but I think that one of those guys will fall to them. I honestly I don't see, except for the Eagles, the only one really going after a quarterback. Honestly.
Yeah, and you look what Jeff Elliott said.
Yeah, I put that up there, didn't I?
I didn't say it. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, I think the Patriots is very possible. I think I think that the Patriots. I mean, I think the Lions who traded for Goff are going to keep Goff. I said about the Panthers. I think the next team you got to look at for quarterback is probably the Broncos, unless a team trades up. But who's out there looking for a quarterback? Other than the Patriots or the Broncos, maybe the Redskins. Redskins.
Definitely the Redskins.
I think the Patriots want Fields, though. I think the Patriots want Fields, though. I don't think it's Matt.
No, that's very possible. And look, the one thing too with the Patriots,
they have Cam there.
And they know everything they need to know about Mac Jones because Belichick and Saban are best friends. So if they like him, they'll take him. But no, I agree. I think it might be Justin Fields as well, who the Patriots want.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't know. This is definitely going to be a crapshoot with this.
Billy, could you imagine if the Eagles take a quarterback? I might just jump out my window.
I told Coach, I was like, I don't know what I'll do.
Mac Jones, quarterback, Alabama.
if they select a quarterback, I promise you.
Have Hurts and Mac Jones battling out again.
Yeah, Alabama. They'll be battling again.
You'll see guest Billy Colic leaves. You won't see me for about a week. I'm done. I swear. We can't do it again. There's no way. Oh, God.
Now, a lot of Dolphins fans are interested in this pick because they want Pitts. And if Pitts doesn't go here, I think Dolphins fans would be happy at the possibility of maybe him dropping. Yep, they took him. So
I know the pick. I know the pick because I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
What a suit.
Yep, it's Pitts.
What a suit.
Come on, the money green. Remember
he looks like he thought he was going to the Green Bay Packers.
I'm about to say
Vietnam, my shiny green suit.
I definitely think the Falcons have potential to have a top offense next year. They got Matt Ryan, he can sling it. You got Julio and Calvin Ridley, and then you got Kyle Pitts, and then the running back is still a bit iffy.
Yeah,
but you can't
cover all three.
Can you imagine being a defense and you line up, and that's obviously if they keep Julio, but you got Julio Jones on one side, Calvin Ridley on the other, and then Kyle Pitts. And look, I mean, they're definitely going to have a very good offense, and you got a good coordinator in Arthur Smith. It's going to be interesting. They got to improve that defense a little bit, and I'm sure they will here with some of the other picks in the second and third round. But the Falcons are going to have a heck of an offense.
Yeah, they're talking about it right now. His ability to separate and route run is pretty good. I mean,
he's the most dynamic player in the draft.
He's definitely the most explosive for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be. Look,
so who goes here?
5? I think it's going to be Chase.
Yeah,
I really thought they would go.
Chase as well.
I thought, Penny Sewell is possible, but here's why I don't think they do that. look, I agree. I think you want to protect Burrow, who just tore his ACL, but they did sign Riley Reef, tackle from the Vikings, and you do have Jonah Williams, who they drafted 11th overall in 2019. So at left tackle. So look, LSU, Jamar Chase, they played together. They won a national championship together. But I think it's either Sewell or Chase at the 5 pick here. But it's going to be interesting. But I think Burrow is going to lobby him too. I think he's going to want Chase. I think Chase is the pick. But if not, I agree with Tanner. I think it's going to be Sewell if not.
It could be Rashawn Slater as well. I mean, I wouldn't. You know what I mean?
But I mean, geez, if you're Detroit, how do you not take Sewell if he's there? You know, because I mean, obviously the Dolphins aren't gonna take him. I mean,
unless they go quarterback and shock everyone. What if they want Fields? They have a new head coach. They just traded for Goff. I mean, who wants unless they have that much faith in Goff?
Are you talking about what I like to call an out of spite pick? Is that what you're talking about? An out of spite pick?
Yeah.
Just to get, you don't need him, but you're just going to get him out of spite. So you.
Hey, wait! You're talking about
just
the
like
New York
the best
Football
player
Giants
available.
used to take the best player available, no matter what, and that drove me nuts, man.
Yeah.
But,
I think
the Lions. Plus, you got Goff with over $100 million contract. So unless you're looking to look all the cap, I think the Rams obviously took on all the dead money. Right. So I think you could move on from Goff after this year without a cap hit. I think I'm not 100% sure about that, but no, I would be surprised. I think Detroit keeps Goff, and imagine being Goff. You go from the Rams and Super Bowl contention to the freaking Detroit Lions.
I know you went from.
Well, he's the reason why they're not in Super Bowl contention anymore.
Yeah, went from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Man.
But look, all the pressure now, though, too, is on Matthew Stafford. There's going to be a ton of pressure on him to win now, and because he's got the best defense in football. Yeah, somebody's got. I can hear. Might be Billy's headphones or Coach's headphones. I can hear myself talking through one of your headphones.
I don't think it's me.
No, I don't think it's me. My headphones.
Coach never knows. Coach is always messed up.
Yeah, I have no idea. So, man, what the hell? Oh, here we go. Hold on.
Now, Stiz put up too. Do you keep Julio? Nice looking offense for Matt Ryan. I think it depends on what you're getting back for Julio, especially after June 1st. If you could get like a team like the Ravens, who desperately need a receiver.
Yes.
Let's say they give up a playmaker on defense or something of that nature, or an offensive lineman that you want. I think it does make sense for the Falcons to trade him. He's got a big contract, and like I said, they would have to eat $8 million. But you would need to get, to me, proper compensation to move on from Julio Jones, obviously.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, is Coach all right over there? Coach,
you all right, Coach?
Heard a lot of hurting and
Well, I can't put any weight on my foot, on my leg, so I had to hop over to the fridge to get a drink.
I was gonna say, I mean, I know the pick was a little shocking, but good Lord, you had to do all that.
Yeah. And then Stiz said he loves Calvin Ridley this year. Stiz, what about Kyle Pitts, though? I really think he could walk into that offense. I think he could have 1,000-yard year. I think he's that good. And when you got other weapons like that, I think he could have a huge year this year.
The Falcons could have 3 1,000-yard receivers.
Yeah, very
he's
possible.
Going to have a good year. I mean, like I said before, I mean, he's one of, if not the most explosive offensive player in the draft. I mean, definitely at his position. Yeah. So, I mean, you're going to have a tough time, and he's big frame. You're going to have a tough time containing that guy. Runs routes well.
Not for nothing. They said all this about that dumbass that they drafted in New York a couple years ago. Can't catch a cold buck naked in Antarctica, but Evan Ingram. Yeah,
he wasn't Kyle Pitts, though.
Right.
I was going
to say, there's a comparison to that.
Yeah, and then Stiz. Now, where's Matt Ryan's value in fantasy football? I mean, he's got to vault into the top 5 quarterbacks now. I mean, obviously, you got Mahomes, you got Rodgers, But Matty Ice, to me, has got to be in that top 5 area when you got weapons like Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and Kyle Pitts. I mean,
Right.
Mr.
You know.
FCC himself.
Yeah.
He's always cursing because he's running for his life every 10 seconds.
So
Bengals pick is in, so we'll see where they go.
Oh my god!
Like I said, I think, Coach, you want to put a little money on this one? I think it's going to be Chase. You say so.
I think it's Sewell.
Ooh.
But
What's the over under?
We'll bet some dinner one night, all right? Or
all right.
Well, I'll win, and the like, Coach, like, oh, we'll go. McDonald's sound good? Cheap bastard he is.
Oh my
I'll
God.
upgrade you. I'll upgrade you. We'll go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. I'll let you Biggie size it.
There you go.
Biggie size. He do that anymore.
Remember that? They used to let you Biggie size yourself.
No,
I
the Biggie
know.
size isn't that Wendy's? Isn't Biggie?
No,
on
that
the
was
No,
it
that's
was
Wendy's.
McDonald's.
No, that's
Was it
Wendy's.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
That was back in like the 90s, early 2000s, bro.
Mm.
God.
So I'm real curious about this pick too. And once again, Dolphins fans are interested in this pick because I think the Dolphins wanted Pitts or Chase. I think they're hoping for Sewell.
Good Lord, he was sacked 32 times in the first
in
couple
10 games. He only played
That's bad. That's bad. No wonder he got hurt. Jesus.
So the Dolphins GM actually said in a press conference, he said that he was comfortable moving back to 6 because they said they said there's about 5 or 6 players they want that they're comfortable drafting at 6.
Yeah.
So
right,
depending on the rankings, you know what I mean. So
Yeah, but
would I be surprised if they make a trade to trade down?
Yeah.
No.
Well, plus you get a 3rd round pick this year, and then you get a 1st in 2023 too. I mean, or is it next year? The 3rd round.
The 3rd was for next year. The 3rd was for next year.
Okay, well, still you get an extra 3rd round next year and a 1st round in 2023 to move 3rd picks. I mean, or 3 picks. I think it's the right move. And when they made it, there wasn't a lot of talk of Pitts going to Atlanta, and obviously that changed. But still, they're still going to get a heck of a playmaker for Tua. Who are they taking here?
Oh, Chase, you're right.
Told you.
Good old Chase. Ooh.
I like his suit too. He looks
What
sharp.
suit, man.
I'd look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I got
in that
everyone.
Good Lord.
That's right. Tell him we're going to Fogo de Chow. Tell him, Stiz. My fat ass is going to chow down.
Nah, Coach taking you to Denny's.
I know. I'm pissed, man. If I would have had,
we're going to the Chinese buffet, man.
If I would have had Trey Lance, I would have had the top 5.
The best receiver not to play this year.
Now
he's
Tanner,
got a breakout year.
Tanner, where do the Dolphins go here? I think it's Waddle over Smith.
So
where do you?
I write for Fin Maniacs, and I got everyone at Fin Maniacs saying they want either Sewell or Smith, and personally, it just depends what you want. It all depends what you want. Smith and Waddle are similar, not the same player.
Right.
You know what I mean? It depends what you want, or if you want to boost the offensive line.
Right, and not just that. Everybody thinks Smith. Actually, Waddle's faster. He really is. Waddle's the faster of the two. Smith's the better route runner.
Yes.
I would say the more polished receiver. But Waddle's more explosive. We didn't get to see Waddle. He got hurt this year. But I think it's Waddle. But look, I'm not happy if it's Smith because I was hoping Smith may drop to my Eagles. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I definitely think, like Tanner said, I think it's one of the receivers. Because maybe it's Penei Sewell and you get your tackle, and they take a receiver at 18. But to me, I would want one of those top receivers from Chase or the Alabama guys than one of these other lower tier, not lower tier, but one of the other receivers that you're looking at 18.
I agree.
I know people that are saying they want Smith more than anything in the world. They want Smith and Harris at 6 and 18, and I can definitely see it. People are just saying they want a Bama receiver just to. Yeah. They knew it. They knew who they wanted.
Pick is in.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a trade down just because Fields is still there and they could have maybe got some value, but It is what it is.
Yeah, but who's calling to move up? I just don't see it. There's still
The Broncos I saw.
or two quarterbacks. So if you're New England, you're just sitting back waiting. I don't think you have to move up yet. So.
And real quick, Stiz, too, I don't know if you heard me before. I'm curious to see, is Matty Ice now top 5 QB in fantasy? I'm real curious about that. What do you think, Stiz? Because I think he is now. 100%. I'm real curious at this Dolphins pick, too. I'm really curious to see who they take.
We're gonna have Stiz on. We're gonna have Stiz on with all his fantasy
after, with the fantasy impact and all that.
Right.
Sometime in the next month.
Absolutely.
Oh, and one thing too, Coach, I will have to give out my Derby winner.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We will definitely do that because we forgot Monday night. I did as well. I forgot. I didn't.
Well, I wanted to see the draw too.
Yeah.
Where they, because you never want to be one or on the outside. So I wanted to see where they draw anyway. So. Come on, Goodell. Would you just announce a damn pick before I slap you in the teeth, Goodell? Coach almost got that treatment one time.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
So, so Tanner, everybody thinks it's Smith here, huh?
I know who the pick is. I just checked Twitter.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it? Is it Smith?
It's okay. You could say we don't need to
say it's Waddle.
I was right.
It's Waddle. It's Waddle.
Wow.
It's Waddle.
So how do
I think it might be.
Announce it?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I just know that the TV might be delayed a little bit, like that stream or whatever. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, no, I'm right on the draft.
Like the broadcast.
Yeah. There's people there, and they're tweeting it out. That's what's crazy with social media now. They have delays and all, and people put it right out, and it's out in the universe, and then it goes wild. Look at that. Nevada Nick 5 of 6. And damn, if I would have had Trey Lance, I would have been 6 of 6.
Man, I tell you what, this is interesting here with Detroit and Carolina because with Sewell being there, Carolina, that he fits perfect there, helping out a young quarterback, and because there's so many holes with Detroit. Where do you start? But I think they go defense here. I think this is the first defensive guy off the board here.
Huh.
So I just But again, they might add another receiver, and Philly might be out of luck because Devontae Smith might go here. I could see that happening. Trying to get a weapon. They lost Kenny Golladay. They need something for golf. Somebody to throw to.
Well, and what's interesting for the Eagles. So if Waddle is the pick and Tanner's correct, so 7's the Lions. I don't think they go receiver. You never know, but I don't think they do.
Right.
Panthers have Robbie Anderson and just got DJ Moore inked up too. So I don't think they take receiver. And then you got Broncos who drafted a receiver first round last year in Jerry Jeudy. Cowboys who drafted a receiver in CD Lamb first last year. And then you got the Giants who some people have taken receiver, but they just signed Kenny Golladay. So I think we could have gone from 6 to 12 and still get the guy we want in Devontae Smith, unless the Eagles just, stab us in the heart like we all think they're going to anyway, draft a corner or whatever.
Stiz says top 6.
Yeah.
Jaden Waddle, there it is.
Yep.
Dang. Jaden Waddle. That's good. Let him fall down to.
I definitely think that he fits the Dolphins better as in what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let Smith keep falling. I hope he falls all the way to 12.
Who's going to throw it to him?
I hope. Hey.
What do you mean? Who's going to? I like Jalen Hurts, man. I
like Hurts as well, but it doesn't seem like the Eagles are sold on him.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's hard to see what he didn't have a great completion percentage last year, but how do you evaluate him with the talent he was playing with? I mean, they had, not much around them. Ertz,
banged up offensive line.
Yeah. You had
semi-pro offensive line at that.
Right. And look, that offensive line, everybody thinks the Eagles are going to suck this year. The Eagles are going to be better than you think. First of all, you get Lane Johnson back. You get Brandon Brooks back.
Which Lane Johnson?
Andre Dillard back, or maybe Malachi beats him out at left tackle. I think that offensive line is going to be much better. Maybe Rager is a little bit better next year. If you added Devontae Smith, and here's the other thing. I can tell you this. A lot of people, Nick Sirianni's had some terrible press conferences, but I'll tell you this. The Eagles are going to run the football.
We're going to play some rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah, but the Eagles are going to run the football this year with Miles Sanders. I'll bet you this right now, too. Miles Sanders, if he stays healthy, will have a 1,400-yard rushing year. He's going to run the rock. Sirianni's going to give it to him, and they're going to, not put as much pressure on Jalen Hurts to throw the ball all over the damn field. They're going to run the football, and I think, like I said, I think the Eagles aren't going to be as bad as people think.
Didn't they bring Howard back too?
Yeah, they did.
So. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Tanner, Lions pick is in. Who'd they get?
Yeah, get on Twitter there, Tanner. Tanner's breaking all the news, man.
Yeah, break the news, Tanner.
Tanner's our Adam Schefter.
Yeah.
Come on, Shefty, let's go.
Come on, let's go.
We're going to call him Tanner the Flash Elliott.
Yeah. He's our insider.
I'm looking. It's not.
Coach is just
showing.
Coach is just looking off into the sunset over there.
That's where the TV's at.
What a host we have. Well, aren't you the host here?
I am the host.
Why are you watching TV?
Look at the background.
We're doing a damn draft, man.
Turn off the Playboy channel. All right, turn it off, or whatever it is you're watching.
I'm watching the draft, and by the way, my daughter is sitting right here watching it with me. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's good. That's good that she's into the NFL draft.
Man,
we'll see. So
I think it's offensive line here, though. And look, if you're the Lions, I honestly wouldn't be surprised. Everybody loves Sewell at tackle, but maybe Rashawn Slater.
Yeah,
because there's been some rumors about him bumping up higher.
Yep.
Sewell,
he opted out.
Yeah, he's not this guaranteed Hall of Fame left tackle that's going to come in and there's some questions. Look, for a 6'6", 330 guy, athletic as hell. Don't get me wrong, but there's some he's got some
question marks.
He has some improvement and things he needs to work on as well. I wouldn't call him a project, but he's a bit of a project. That's the the word I'm with. Coach trying to figure out a second job to pay that side bet. Yeah, we know it's not going to be roofing anymore. We all know Coach isn't going to do roofing.
Yeah, I'm not a good roofer.
Yeah, Tanner, go ahead.
Penny Swell. Penny Swell is the pick.
Okay, all right.
Really?
Yep. Good pick for the Lions.
That's a solid pick, man. You got to because look, Stafford was running for his life last year, and Stafford was a better runner than Goff, I think.
Yeah, so, I agree. And look, a guy in Sewell, who was a lot of people had going to the Jets at 2 or the Dolphins at 3, and you're grabbing them at 7. So, and look, it's playing out very nice for me. I'm telling you, I got a feeling, Billy, Devontae Smith's going to fall to the Eagles, and we're not going to take him. And if it happens,
don't tell me that.
My screen will just go dark because I'm going to go punch some holes in the wall and just start drinking.
I promise you.
I hope it's Mac Jones.
I promise you. You're going to see guest Billy Colick leave the broadcast immediately, and you already know. I'm telling you.
After pick 12, the broadcast will be over because the two guys on the bottom are going to go jump off the roof, man.
Oh man, I'll jump into my father-in-law's pool with ankle weights. Good Lord.
Oh, is Eddie on duty tonight? You better call him now. Give him a heads up, man.
Come on, please pick Smith.
The question's going to be now too. Panthers here. I could see them going. I think they go line or defense. What do the Broncos do now? Do the Broncos take Justin Fields?
I don't think so. I mean,
are the Patriots making phone calls to pick 8?
No.
Good.
Now, Coach, I have a question for you. Would you be mad if the Giants drafted Justin Fields?
Yeah.
No,
that's a great question, Tanner.
Well, yes, I would be mad because we need a defensive end. Keep DJ and we'll get a quarterback. We'll get a veteran next year. We'll get a veteran next year. This is it for him.
Danny
This
Dimes
is it for him.
can't hold on to the ball.
Can we put it?
Danny Dimes, guess what? You can't even make a phone call with a dime anymore. So get that. He's on his way out.
Well, yeah, then why would you mad if they got Justin Fields?
The next Eli Manning?
Who said that?
That's
I
what
didn't
you said.
like Jones coming out of
I never
college.
said that.
Neither did
I
I.
never said that.
All right, here we go. You said it was
That's
Sue
what you said.
already.
That's what you said.
No, I didn't. Look. I thought he was my biggest issue with Daniel Jones is he is not the sixth pick. Not the sixth pick.
Never was.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they should have traded down.
Never
it was
was.
a reach. There's no doubt about it. They liked him.
No, because that year I forget.
They didn't
the
have
guy.
to. They didn't have to.
Yeah.
They didn't. The draft, the number one defensive end was there at 6, and I forget where did he go now. He's I forget where he went. But they could have had a defensive end, a legit pass rusher. Kid from Kentucky.
All I got to say is my first 7 picks, I have 5 right, and 2 I had the right position, wrong player. Fucking Trey Lance, man. And I had Slater at 7 instead of Sewell because there were some rumors Slater was on the climb, and
and I wouldn't be surprised if you see Slater come here to
it's
Carolina.
possible. I think it's Slater.
So Coach,
go ahead, Tanner.
Yeah,
I just looked up at 6. The edge rushers available were Josh Allen, Ed Oliver,
that's it.
Rashawn Gary, Brian Byrne.
Yeah, take him off.
Who else? Montez
Take
Sweat.
Rashawn Gary off of there.
No, yeah, but no. Allen was the guy. Allen was my guy.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, take Rashawn Gary off of there and just put him in the shredder. He's useless.
He's soft. Butterball cotton.
Useless. God, he's useless in any defensive scheme imaginable. Useless.
Man, they're excited there in Detroit.
Good Lord.
Oh yeah, they're dancing around.
Golly, did
Did you
they
realize
just
they're in
draft?
Detroit still?
Did they just draft Barry Sanders Jr.? Good Lord.
Yeah. What did Dan Campbell say they were going to do? Remember, he was talking about like biting people's knees or something.
Yeah, bite him in the knee, man.
Yeah.
Bite him in the kneecap.
Kneecap.
Yeah,
He said
there
we're
we
gonna
go.
get up,
biting in the
and we're gonna bite
kneecaps.
him in the kneecaps, and
Wow,
we're gonna go
Oh Lord.
down again, and we're gonna bite him in the kneecaps on the way up.
interesting. So, yeah. So, look, I think I'm real curious to see here too where we go, because New England too, but still New England's got to be happy because I don't think Carolina's going QB, and I know, Coach, you said you don't think Denver does, but even if Denver does, you still got Mac Jones or Justin Fields left, and then you're looking Dallas, Giants, Eagles, Chargers, Vikings, and I'm not seeing any QBs there, so they might be able to stay pat at 15.
Here's my wild card though, because no one is talking about Minnesota because we all know that
they're not drafting a quarterback.
Why not?
Because you got Kirk Cousins and you just gave him a huge contract.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, but they gave him a guaranteed contract, Coach.
They did.
This is the last year in it, isn't it?
No, they gave him more years.
Yeah, I think so.
Kurt family member Cousins
Did he?
at the cookout is staying.
Yeah, they gave him.
All right?
They extended him last year and gave him more years.
Kurt family member Cousins is staying at the cookout. Dan, he's not going anywhere.
Oh man, that means they ain't winning for a while. Then that's what that means. They're not winning for a while.
Neither Danny Dimes is Kirk Cousins 2.0.
Possibly.
Eli Manning Jr.
I'm on that bandwagon. Okay, I am on that bandwagon.
I'll never forget at that draft party. He was sitting there broadcasting,
and I flipped the lid. Did I not?
That came on, and I said, "That's your answer. That's your guy. His best highlight was at a Duke camp in high school. That's the only highlight that came across.
It was the Peyton Manning camp. It was the Peyton Manning camp.
Yeah, even worse.
And that's how we got drafted. That's how we got drafted.
Right.
Right.
And that nothing's better
Because
than watching.
Eli
I
made
remember
that
doing
draft.
that with you, Coach.
Yeah. Nothing's better than when Danny Dimes running
That's right,
down.
you were there.
Yeah. Nothing's better than Danny Dimes running in the open field against the Eagles and tripping over his own feet. So,
80
right,
yards with nobody around him.
Yep. And that freaking 10-yard line just jumped up and bit him. Hey, it happened to me once too. I know it happens, man. They just jump up and bite you, man. You fall down.
And what did Steve Young's brother do? Tell Steve, don't draft this guy.
whoa, Coach, when were you ever running down the field wide open?
The Mormon school. He was running to a mission.
I wasn't wide open.
He was running after somebody who went past him, probably trying to chase him down.
There you go. I was running after somebody.
Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look,
The
Tanner,
Panthers
any
are
word on
taking
who
their
the
sweet
Panthers
time
took?
here. It looks like they might have a trade.
well, it's commercial.
I don't even
really?
have to pick in yet.
Well, you know what, though,
There's
too?
a minute
It
left.
says pick in. It says pick in.
But yeah, pick is in. It says, but sometimes too. Remember how that one year the Vikings didn't get their pick in time, and you can run up and So, we'll see what it is. I'm curious. I'm going to start doing what Tanner's doing. Be smart and get on Twitter.
There you go.
Out.
Be smart, man. Get on the Twitter.
No, they're not
kids,
one
man. They
flipping
got all
picks.
the-
There's
they got
only
all the
one.
tricks
That's
of the
why
trade.
that's why we have Tanner on here, so we have somebody who knows how to do that stuff.
JC
Okay.
Horn. They just took JC Horn corner.
Okay. Yeah,
right.
I said corner tackle.
Whoa.
Hey, look, that means Carolina in the Matt Rule era has not drafted an offensive player.
Yeah, he's taking all defense. But
Yeah,
they had a
right.
bad defense, so it makes sense. Billy, that might be good too, because he's off the board, and I really think the Cowboys are going to go Surtain now,
Yes.
corner. I
Yep.
really believe that. So then now Horn and Surtain are off the board for the Eagles. So unless they go Caleb Farley out of Virginia Tech, but he had back surgery. So, and hopefully they learned from the Sidney Jones mistake where he had blown his Achilles and they drafted in the second round. So maybe we take Smith.
I hope we do. I'm going to say this now defensively.
Yeah,
Steele,
but what about Denver here? Denver could take Surtain. I saw a couple of places, where Denver takes a corner.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I want to see Denver take Smith to just crush your guys' dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because Houston,
That's terrible.
Where do you go?
Wow. Look, this young kid, man.
Or if the Giants take him, the Giants can take him.
Where do you go? Where do you go though?
According to the muddle, the Giants needed to get another running back.
No, an edge rusher. Thank you very much.
Oh, Coach, speaking of the Giants, did you hear today they picked the fifth-year option up with Saquon Barkley?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, he hates that. He hates that.
They're going to run them to death, and they're not re-signing them. They're just going to run them out. Look, they picked them up. They're going to run them to death, and if they're smart, then maybe they'll trade him when he has some value.
What do you mean when he has some? He has some value.
He comes off an injury, but if he has a good season, then he has value, better value. You could trade him.
He's going to have a good season. I mean, he's the face of your offense at one point. You can't say that. Come on, Coach. Really?
Look, I wasn't a fan when they drafted him.
Oh.
Because
you weren't a fan of Saquon?
No.
Why not?
Because wait a second now. Because if you took Sam Darnold with the number 2 pick, you would have had what's his name, the running back for the Browns was there.
Chubb.
Chubb was there. Come on,
Coach had a Chubb for Chubb.
Yeah.
Look, the thing with Saquon, he's a boomer bust guy. You know what I mean? He'll either give you that 30-yard run, or I think sometimes he should take what the line gives him. Either 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust. He's an explosive player, but he's got to stay on the field. And look, they thought he was going to be Christian McCaffrey-esque. And, a bigger version, too, because Saquon's a big boy. I mean, you see those legs on him. I mean, he got Barry Sanders-type legs. So, to me, I'm surprised they picked the fifth-year option up, because if he's hurt this year or doesn't have the productive type year that you hope, I thought they might move on. But I guess not. And I'm sure it's that fifth year is a healthy piece of money, too. But
yeah, it is.
I guess we'll see. So, Broncos on the board. What do you got here? I think it's QB. I think they're going to take Justin Fields. I really do.
Ooh, you think so?
I think it's possible.
That's a crowded room, though. That's a crowded room, though, man. You got Bridgewater.
Yeah, you're right.
You got Locke.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
a crowded room.
Okay, but if
I'm
not,
going to throw this out. I think it's Surtain.
I don't think they go defense. You got Von Miller coming back. I think you need
They signed corners. They signed corners.
Yeah,
they signed corners. It could be Slater. It could be Slater, actually.
I agree. And look,
Slater.
you got some weapons on the outside. You got Noah Fant at tight end. I agree. I agree with Tanner. I think a lineman might be good here too, because Denver. But still, I just don't know. I'm not sold on Locke. I know you like Locke, Coach. I'm just not a fan. He's wildly inconsistent to me.
Yeah.
Well, I just think that's why Teddy's there to get him. He's that calming voice in the room and the competition, and I think that will step it up. And
I think Teddy can help him win, no doubt. And you got Melvin Gordon in the backfield too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think you're right. I think Slater might be a good spot here because that'll help the running game, take some pressure off, and go from there. So
we're getting to the meat now. We got after this, we're NFC East time, baby.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
three in a row.
So listen, if it's Slater here, I definitely think Surtain doesn't get past Dallas.
Surtain, Smith, and then Mac Jones.
That's terrible. Seriously. Philly will be in an uproar. Oh my God.
If we pick Mac Jones, I promise you, you might see this laptop fly.
Wow, that would just be a disgrace.
I promise you, if they draft Mac Jones, I'm literally gonna throw this laptop. Like, you can't. Come on, not this year. Give us 1 year where you make that, and that's why I said on my post, Jesus Christ himself could be available in the draft, and he would find a way to screw it up. How he would find a way to screw it up? How he would? I promise you. They'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ is on the board. We're not going to take him. He can't. He can't catch the short ball.
He's too good of a player for us.
Yeah. Howie would say something outlandish like that. Let's say we got Rashad, Slater, Smith.
Wow, Devontae. You know what's crazy
Tucker?
too?
Ooh,
with the Broncos, man, I'll tell you, Elway just can't find his quarterback.
Well, that's why
he's ruining that team.
Yeah, you had Brock
Osweiler. He stepped away. He's not the GM anymore.
He's still part of the team, though, there, Coach.
Yes, he is, but he's the GM. He's not the GM. So now, also, Micah Parsons, I could see going to Dallas as well because didn't Dallas just have a linebacker retire, step down? Did somebody?
John Lee.
Yeah.
John Lee. Yo, Mac Jones is absolutely losing his mind right now. Look at him.
Oh, he's nice, fine, man.
I mean,
he's losing his mind.
I mean, I think he thought he was going to 3, but everybody knew if he didn't go 3, he was going to drop. And then that's why, he's
but let me ask you where. But look, and I think the Redskins
might not be able to afford those Ubers now, can he?
Yeah, I
know. But look, if you're the Redskins, you're in the market for a quarterback, and one of those two guys might fall to you because after New England, then it's you. I mean, if I'm Washington, I'm fine with one of those two QBs.
I'll say it like this: so far, Washington has been the place where quarterbacks go to die.
Mark Schlereth, and it's I don't know if he's joking or not, but this is his verified Twitter account. Tweeted, "I'm hearing Rodgers to the Broncos is close to a done deal. Still could fall through, but fingers crossed."
What?
How long ago was that? A couple hours ago, right?
An hour
Broncos?
Ago.
I saw that. And then
my God.
And then about 30 minutes ago, someone said that the Packers aren't even taking calls for him yet.
Yeah, like I said, they said that they're not going to move him. Yeah, have not had a But Mark Schlereth is tied into the Broncos. Yeah. I mean, let's not kid each other here.
I think you can see the Broncos trade out of this and try to get more picks. I think is the pick in for you guys? He's behind.
Yeah, it says pick in.
Oh,
they went they took all the time darn near all the way down. Like, what was there to consider?
There's a lot to consider here. I mean, Because
they're not getting Aaron Rodgers. Let's just put that on the table. They're not getting Aaron Rodgers.
They might.
They're not getting.
You never know.
Oh shit! I might hit the lotto tomorrow. I mean, come on. They're not getting Aaron Rodgers. Let's be realistic. They're not going to get him.
Well, you know, Coach is teaching a roofing class. If you're interested, Billy. Coach,
now, you're the odd guy, Nick.
What's that?
I said you're the odds guy. Now I want to see if you think this is true. I saw on the website today Eagles plus 900 to get Julio.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not people. You know, they just put names out there. They had the Raiders with him too. What's that? What'd you say, Tanner?
They have the picks. They have the picks.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they don't have the cap space though.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain. That's the pick.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow, corner. Okay.
Oh man.
Hey, and look, I'll tell you one team that's not happy.
Smith to Dallas.
Yeah.
Smith to Dallas.
Oh my God.
The Dallas Cowboys are not happy right now.
No,
maybe they take Farley, but they wanted Surtain.
No, I think it's Parsons now.
I'm telling you, maybe Parsons. You could be wrong. Yeah, but I don't know that they take linebacker. You got Jalen Smith.
Micah.
It could be JOK.
Micah's
JOK from Notre Dame.
Yeah,
I think Micah's a sensible pick.
I don't think they go linebacker. You got Jalen Smith and you got Van Der Esch. I think you need secondary help in Dallas.
Van Der Esch can't stay healthy.
Yeah, no, you're right about Van Der Esch. But what about it? Could be Caleb Farley, cornerback, Virginia Tech.
Could be.
Is it the guy from Muddle, Coach Muddle? Isn't the guy from Milford in this year? Isn't he in the draft? Or he's still got another year?
He's still got another year, and
okay.
I think he's got 2 years left at Tech.
I thought he declared.
He has 2 years now because they gave everyone a year of eligibility.
Yeah.
Coach was Coach worked out at the combine.
Yeah, I was with the combine, and then I broke my foot. You know.
Yeah, and
would you run next to Deion Castle?
Yeah.
Dan Castle.
Yeah. They still haven't finished tallying my 40 time.
Would they use a sundial to take it?
That's right.
I remember that's what my coach said about me. He said
what?
and this is the thing I used to say when I would run the 40, I'd say get the sundial out. But I remember it was like a jab, but yet a nice compliment. He said I was slower than molasses, but I couldn't be blocked. So you take it, you know. Hey. Now, Dallas, Coach. So it's falling how you want. Parsons is probably, unless Dallas takes him. Look, Denver, I'm just a little surprised. Look,
because I don't see anybody trading up now with the quarterback.
Yeah, Denver's defense is going to be just unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, but I thought they would go offense.
Von Miller back, and you have Bradley Chubb back.
Right. Yeah. And just think about that defensive line. And they're not stupid. I said to Coach, what's the way you beat the Chiefs, and you beat any quarterback, but the way you beat the Chiefs is by getting to Patrick Mahomes and then running the football as well, trying to keep him off the field. But Bradley Chubb and Von Miller are going to be coming after him, and now you do got that corner, and that's maybe what they're looking at too, because they're in their division. You got to beat the top dog, and the Chiefs are the top dog, and you need guys to cover Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
But you also with the Chargers up and coming, you got to face that quarterback as well twice a year. So
yeah, and then you still got Derek Carr with the Raiders and Waller, and they got some players on that team too. Raiders.
You guys,
I think the Giants. Let's go, G-Men, baby.
Devontae Smith keep falling. I mean, they can't take a receiver. Giants, I'm a little worried about because there's rumors of them taking a receiver.
Asante Samuel Jr.?
You think?
I think that's high for him.
It is. They have him going later part of the first round.
Yeah. It's too early.
Yeah.
Well, they could reach now that it could be Caleb Farley. It could be if his medicals check out. I actually had him dropping. I had him dropping to the second in my mock just because his meds.
Okay.
Just because his medical issue isn't the best.
And Tanner, I don't know if you know. I know there's one back surgery, but I thought I heard 2 back surgeries too. Did he have 2? Caleb Farley? I think scary before
he had
21 or 22.
And then he injured it again after.
Okay.
He first hurt it deadlifting, and then he got surgery, and then he hurt it again. But he said he's also had ACL tears, concussions.
Yeah. But he was the
There's
number
rumors
one
the
corner.
Saints were looking to trade up to get him.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he was the number
People
one
had him
corner
as the number one corner until this.
Yeah, until he got hurt. Right.
I'll tell you what, Nevada, I would not
I actually had the Dolphins drafting him at 50.
Oh, Dallas trade Dallas.
Traded
with the Eagles.
That's what I thought.
He traded with the Eagles. Oh my
You're
God!
kidding me.
Devontae, here he comes, baby. Yo, if this,
You're kidding
Let's see
me.
how much the Eagles gave
on
up.
the clock.
Oh,
you
God,
wanted the
no.
Giants to get Devontae.
Oh no, they're coming to get Justin Fields.
No, they're
coming
not.
up to get Justin Fields.
Devontae.
Oh, my God.
They're getting
I'm sick to my stomach
They're
right
getting
now.
Slater. That's what they're doing. They're getting Slater. They're getting Slater.
Oh,
Maybe.
my God. Yeah, I could throw up right now. I could throw
Devontae,
up.
baby, come on.
Only 2 picks.
I could throw
This has
up.
to be
I
this isn't for
swear.
Devontae because this isn't for Devontae because the Giants weren't going to draft him. This is definitely
Why
this is
would
definitely
you
for someone.
trade to us?
This is definitely for a defensive player. This is a defensive player. They had to jump the Giants
They're
for
gonna
someone.
take
They-
Farley.
Howie,
Yeah.
please,
Maybe Mekhi
Howie.
I think it's Parsons. Parsons. I bet you it's Parsons.
That's that suit with
Hold
those
on.
stupid sneakers on, man.
I wonder what they gave up to
I hate
move up
him.
2 spots, though.
just
Oh
just
my-
a third round pick.
Oh,
Just a third round pick.
That's still for 2
They gave
spots.
up
You
a
give up a
third
third round
round-
pick. That's a lot.
Yeah,
They gave
that
up
is a lot.
Third round pick. That's all. That's what I'm seeing.
So
Dude,
what
Trying
they
to get,
were worried
blow
of,
some
up right
updates,
now.
but
whoever they're taking, they were worried the Giants were going to take them. So it's Smith or Parsons, I would think.
no, it's not. It's not
Oh,
Smith.
I could-
No, I don't think it's Smith. I
Uh,
think it might be Slater. It might be Slater because the Giants do need to replace Nate Solder.
So what
No,
did
they don't.
what did they
We
trade?
wanted
What did they
replacement.
trade for? What
We
did they?
got him. We drafted him last year. dude.
What did we get for that spot? What did we
Mac
get?
Jones.
Pert.
I'll
The
go
Giants,
nuts.
are,
Yeah,
the
they do have
Giants are
Andrew
high
Thomas.
on Pert. They are high on Pert.
All right, Tanner, on this
Please.
one, don't break anything to me. I want to see it. I want to see this goal.
Please. Oh my
Don't laugh
gosh.
for never doing it because I want to see this one actually announced.
Here we go.
You gonna
I got
start? No, it's
I got my
not
lap-
in yet.
I got my laptop in hand. Is what I'm saying. You're about to see
So
some movement.
It is a third. It's just
Okay, it's a 3rd round pick.
They just swapped picks. They
Just a
swapped
third.
places.
They swapped in the
in the
3rd.
first,
Gave up
correct.
the 3rd. Oh, that's not
they
bad.
swapped
then.
in the
Okay.
first and
They
they
saw the third. Nah.
and they just gave up a
I
third.
like that. That's a good move to move
Yeah.
up 2 spots. I like that. I can live with that.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Whatever.
All right, who'd we take? Come on, beat
They're
Devontae
taking a
Smith.
quarterback, man. They're
No.
taking a quarterback.
And I don't mind Parsons either,
Man,
but
don't
Eagles
do that.
don't take linebackers in the 1st
Coach,
round.
don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to my blood pressure. Oh my god.
I am-
Oh my
I
am
he's all
God.
excited.
Refreshing Twitter every second.
Don't do it to me, Tanner. Don't
you
do it
say,
to me, man.
Don't you do it.
I know.
Tanner,
Don't do
Tanner, I like you. Don't do
So,
it.
so look. So the cow. So what happened? The Eagles gave up pick 84.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take that.
And
That's
what
it.
did they?
That's it.
Oh, they didn't get
There
nothing
it
back.
is. That's the guy right there.
They swapped. They
No, but
swapped
they-
first and they just gave up the 84th pick.
I'll tell you
Oh wow!
what.
So that's all right. 84, but still that's a 3rd round pick. I mean,
Yeah.
is it Parsons?
I just-
Parsons.
it's a,
Hey, turn your volume down, guys.
All right.
Turn your volume down.
Anything else we can do for you, Coach? Jerk off.
Yeah, turn the volume down so they don't get kicked off YouTube.
You don't get kicked off YouTube.
Yes, they do. If they hear because we don't have copyright or anything, so we can't show it and they can't talk about it. So.
I'll tell you what. The steal of the draft, and I wouldn't be upset. Quiddy Payne, and I'm not just saying it because he's a Michigan guy.
No, good.
Steal edge rusher guy. I'm telling you.
No.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
2021
Not a 10,
3rd pick.
not a
So
10.
yeah, the 3rd round pick probably got from we got that 3rd round pick when
It
we
was
moved
pick
down.
84.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh
I think-
my god.
I think that was Miami's pick.
Kick is in.
Man, you guys are gonna be sick. Man, you guys are.
I'm already sick
I
to
don't
my
even know who the
stomach.
pick is yet.
I feel like I want to throw up.
I know
Just
you guys
give
are
us the
already
pick.
sick to your stomach. Imagine when the pick is in.
I
What I tell you about this?
Howie, please don't do it. Please don't do anything stupid this year. Please. Whew.
A couple of Twizzlers, please.
You know what though? Even with that
Couple
3rd round pick,
Twizzlers.
look, I think they're going to get a good player. They only moved from 6 to 10, and you get a 1st round pick next year. So I think it's a smart move by Howie. Let's
Oh my
just see if he makes
God.
the smart pick. That's what I'm worried about.
What is he, moonwalking the pick to the stage? Just give us the pick already.
I tell you, Goodell does this shit on purpose.
My God, dude.
Oh my God! All I see is the pick is in. The pick is in. Taylor, he's freaking refreshing Twitter like a nut up there, trying to see if he can ruin our lives with a Mac. Here it comes.
I know the pick.
All right. He's not happy, so it's not horrible. Because if it was Mac Jones, he would have started laughing. If it was Justin Fields, he started laughing. I think it's part. Come on, this lady, just give the pick. Now he's having a conversation with this freaking. Come on, man. Jesus, just announce the pick. String this thing out longer. All right, Parsons or Smith, I'm happy.
Justin Fields, what?
Don't do that.
Rashawn Slater.
Okay.
Devontae Smith, there you go.
All right. All right. Good pick. They jumped I think they thought the Giants were going to take him, obviously. Hey, man, look, they got who they wanted. They got who they wanted, I think, at 6 and still got him at 10, and you get a first pick. All right, Howie did something right. I'm happy.
Sir.
It's a good move.
Mac Jones thought he was going to be the first one out of the room.
You know,
He's the
Billy,
last to have a guy out of the room.
I wonder, though, Coach, do you think the Giants would have took Smith? I guess you don't take the risk. But, man, I would have liked – I hate to sound greedy. I'd have loved to keep that 12 pick and keep that third rounder because the Eagles need as much as they can get right now.
Apparently, the Giants are in trade talks right now. The Giants are thinking about trading back. So I guess it was for Smith. I guess they wanted Smith, and they're not getting him.
Wow.
I love it.
Good, gentlemen, because you suck at the draft.
And now,
so basically, so he sucks at the draft. So he wouldn't have more picks.
If they draft,
He sucks at the draft. So he wouldn't have more picks.
Back and give up a first-round pick. It's the fucking gentleman. All right, we got Devontae. I'm happy.
I like that.
We got who I wanted. All right, I can live with it. I would have liked to keep that third-round pick.
But the guy you got last year, now, I mean.
Yeah, maybe he improves. But just think, man, we could have had DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, and Devontae Smith. I mean,
you're not
drafting Devontae Smith if you have those two guys.
We still have Goodwin, though, too, right?
No, he's gone, Billy.
Oh, he's gone?
Yeah.
I'll say we had him and that. Good God.
Come on, Giants. Trade it back. But it's got to be
Welcome to Philly, big guy.
They did. They traded. The Bears just traded up. They're going to get Justin Fields. The Bears just traded with the Giants.
Wow.
Holy crap. Howie did something right with those ugly sneakers in his suit.
Bears promised Andy Dalton the starting job, too.
Wow.
Shut up. Why would they do that?
No, I mean, look, now you got to wonder, maybe the Patriots are good with Mac Jones. So the Bears, yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to see. I don't see where they trade. Is that confirmed, Tanner? The Bears, the Giants.
Confirmed. Okay. Yeah.
Trade alert.
The Giants trade down to 20.
Okay.
Hey, Nick, my night can begin now. Yeah, there it is. My night can begin now. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, Coach, are you staying on the 20? Because I'm dipping out at 12.
Man, you're dipping out at 12? Really? You're not even going to stay for New England 15?
No. I thought you were going to England. I can't help you, Gettleman. Yeah, he'll stay on with you. I can't believe Gettleman. Are you Tanner? Is it definite? This is for Fields? Did they say this was for Fields, Tanner?
No, I'm not sure. But here's the official trade. The Bears get 11. The Giants get 20th, 164 in this draft, a 2021 first, a 2021 fourth.
Wow.
Good trade.
That's a good trade. I like it.
And Coach, you get the Bears first round pick next year. So if they struggle,
right,
that could be a top 15 pick.
Mm-hmm. Considering the Giants will be in the playoffs, so they'll have one in the top 10 and in the early 20s. Hopefully, it's
what if this is for Mac Jones? What if this is for Mac Jones?
I can't see
will
that.
absolutely die if this
I
is
would think
for
it's for
Mac
Fields.
Jones.
Yeah.
I would
That
die.
wouldn't surprise me.
I
Well,
swear.
here's
That's
another
the
guy who's
Bears.
on the hot seat too. You're on the hot seat here.
Right, and he's got to make a move. The one thing I'd love to know, who did Belichick want? Did he want Mac Jones or Justin Fields? Because if he wanted
Belichick-
Fields, now he's like, I could have moved up 4 spots and got my guy.
He doesn't trade up, though. Belichick does not trade up.
No, I know. But, you could have only had to trade up 4 spots,
Let me tell you something. Belichick doesn't normally trade up.
Yeah.
This is the year Belichick going to have to swallow his pride and trade up. He's going to have to.
Can't.
I
Fields is gone now, basically.
I like the second tier of quarterbacks in this draft, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's Fields, because they were all off camera. They went off the camera to celebrate and stuff. So yeah, they didn't want to. It's Justin Fields, but and I think Mac Jones will do fine in Belichick.
You don't look too happy, though.
No. Well,
Yeah,
he
because
he's just smiling.
He thought he was going to be number 1, number 2 at least. That's why he don't look happy.
He can't believe that he's still sitting in that room, man.
I can't believe that Eagles still get Smith. You get a first-round pick next year. I'm happy.
Justin Fields is the pick. Justin Fields is the pick.
Okay, wow. All right.
That's smart.
Yeah. Although the one thing, maybe they let Dalton play this year, but I'm curious to see because they promised Dalton a starting job.
Yeah, for how long?
Right.
The first week of training camp.
Now, what does Dallas do with Dalton?
I still think it's
Parsons.
I think it's either Parsons or Morig. Is that how you say it? The safety.
Trayvon Morig.
Yeah.
Morig.
And I'm leaning towards more Morig because they need secondary help.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe Farley at that point.
Or Elijah Molden from Washington.
Yeah, and the other corner too is Newsom. I think Quentin Newsom.
Oh yeah,
out of Northwestern.
But that's his dad played for Dallas.
Okay. The Bears. How about the Bears though? You got to live with the fact you drafted. You got to live with the fact you drafted Mitchell Trubisky before Deshaun Watson, and trade up before Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, in that draft, man. I mean, geez, us.
You'll never live that down.
Yeah.
Tasket.
All right, who we got here? All right.
Justin, yeah, we knew that. Justin Fields.
Why do you got to keep turning on your volume, dude?
Who?
Oh, one of you guys.
Mine's muted.
Coach, stop barking orders over here while he watches the TV and does not supposed to be the host of the show.
Listen, we're waiting for this stupid thing. I don't know why he's got to run his mouth. Just say the name and let's move on.
The funny thing is, Nevada, it's probably him with the volume. He's probably
no, he doesn't even know. That's how clueless he is.
He's like, oh shoot, turn the volume up. What you don't see is that left hand off camera doing this. Oh shoot.
Who's this guy? Why? What are we doing?
It's
man?
mental health awareness, Coach.
I know. Listen. I got the best shrink in the business on speed dial. Okay.
Yeah, so, and you know why she's so experienced? Because she's married to your age.
That's your damn right, man.
Dealing with his crazy ass. Oh, he's announcing the pick. Tanner, I don't know. That's crazy. Like he's breaking these picks like 5 minutes before they're calling him. That's nuts.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing it on Twitter.
I don't get Tanner's like, even if this is delayed a minute or two, how are you're getting it like minutes before they're announcing?
Because they put it out there.
I don't know, man. They're putting it on Twitter. I'm just reading what I see on Twitter.
Yeah,
it used to be like bad. It used to be. It's not from any. It's from NFL update because they actually NFL actually banned tipping the picks on Twitter from this year. Like Schefter and Ian Rappaport aren't doing it. It's just from like an account with like half a million followers.
Yo, he really he looks like he is pissed.
Yeah, he's like, oh.
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
know what
yeah.
though? The Bears. It's not a look. I'm sure he would have rather gone to New England, no doubt. But
Right.
you know what? You got a good defense. You got Allen Robinson. You got Montgomery in the backfield. Their biggest problem is they need a line to put in front of them.
Now, let
Matt
me
Nagy's
ask you,
had success.
do the Redskins trade up in the next 2 picks?
They better
What?
trade up.
Matt
try
Jones?
to hop. Yeah, to try to hop.
No.
New England.
They got a good defense. You got Fitzpatrick to play.
Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic, baby. Which
He's
looked
up
good
and
in
down,
Miami last year. Yeah.
He had time.
It's terrible.
He lost us the Denver game. He lost us the Seattle game.
You know,
Yeah,
but he also won us.
He throws four.
He won you the Raiders game.
Won us the Raiders game. We absolutely destroyed the 49ers with him. We lost the first Buffalo game because of him. You know what I mean?
He's so streaky. He'll go throw 4 touchdowns, and the next game no interceptions. The next game be no touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You know, it's just how it fits.
Yeah.
He's your prototypical really good backup quarterback. He can come in and give you 3 or 4 games at a high level, but when you talk about him over a span of a season, you see his weaknesses, much like Nick Foles.
You're right.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Much like who?
Nick Foles.
Your boy.
Just like hey, you know what, Billy? And people can kill
MVP,
Wentz. I'll never be a Wentz hater because I don't care what you say. If we don't make that pick, we don't win a Super Bowl. So Wentz still brought us a Super Bowl. Now, Foles was the one who took us over the top and actually won the game. But
say it again. Say it again.
But Wentz set the table that year. I truly believe if Foles was the quarterback from day one that year, we wouldn't have won the Super Bowl. Because I don't think Foles would have had us at 11-2, where Wentz positioned us when Foles took over. And look, the Eagles did a great job in the playoffs in that short period by changing the offense up, going back to see what he did when he played with Chip Kelly and was successful. Right. And they kept it just completely. I mean, who fooled Bill Belichick like the Eagles did in the Super Bowl? I mean, he didn't know what was coming.
Right.
He really didn't.
Philly.
And
but who called it?
Philly was from Chicago.
But who called it though?
He always says it. No, it wasn't. It was from from Clemson. It was originally from Clemson, and Clemson got it from a high school team. Yes,
Mitch Trubisky ran it. You got to watch listen.
You got
go to the NFL.
It was first run at Clemson. It was first run at Clemson, and it was a 2-point play in high school. Chicago was the first NFL team to run. He's right.
Yeah,
but
first NFL team.
Clemson ran it in college. Picks in for Dallas.
Hey, Tanner, you saw that Super Bowl that Foles won, right? Who told Andy Reid you want to run the Philly? Who told him that? That boy Foles.
I don't remember Andy Reid.
Being the head coach.
Not Andy Reid. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Not Andy Reid. Andy Reid Jr. My fault.
You know who the coach is, man.
Andy Reid Jr. My fault. Andy Reid Jr. That's what I call him.
And that year too, the Eagles did
Andy Reid Jr.
Wrong. Every big play they needed, every fourth down, the Eagles just seemed to make the play. I mean, and Doug just had that pulse of the team, and they played really well. I'm curious to see where Dallas goes here.
I think
Micah
Dallas
Parsons.
is going to go.
Micah Parsons the pick.
Parsons?
Parsons.
Yeah.
I think it's Parsons.
Not a bad pick.
And I think,
it's a good pick for Dallas.
Makes sense.
It's a playmaker on defense. I just still think they could use some help in that secondary. But, man, that front seven with Parsons and Smith and Van Der Esch and DeMarcus Lawrence, they got some big.
If they can stay healthy,
I'm calling it now. The Chargers are either going to go with Slater, probably, or I would say Quiddy.
You got Bosa, but you did lose Ingram. It's possible. The receivers are gone. If one of the receivers were there, I think they might have gone that. I could see Slater. I could see Elijah Vera Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I even forgot about Darisaw. I forgot about him.
Darisaw. Yeah, but Slater's better than him. He's ranked higher. So
right.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm telling you, Quiddy definitely makes sense in that pick too.
He walked right past the fan. He didn't even give the fan enough, man.
Who's
Yeah,
this
apparently
guy?
he has
Who
some
is this
some
guy,
off the field
man?
issues.
Man.
And the draft has become such a spectacle, man. Like,
Oh,
what
God,
is this?
hey, man, what's up with that?
Looks like Billy from Texas and Cowboy
Hey, Billy, that's Billy with the dreads, man.
and a cowboy hat.
Two things you'll never catch me in.
Yeah. Not a country fan, Billy?
I could do country, but I'm
Music.
not wearing a cowboy
Yeah,
hat and I'm
cowboy
not
hat.
wearing dreads. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that. That's a
Yes, you
weird
are.
combination.
Nope. Yes, you are.
And the duckbill mask is definitely not helping because I can see him breathing heavy as hell.
Well, he just had to do that semi-sprint, so I'd be out of breath too. All right, so now you got, like he said,
That
so
was
you
a
got
full sprint for him.
yeah. So we got Chargers, and then you got Vikings. And I tell you, I think the Vikings would be disappointed if Slater goes because I do think the Vikings were thinking line. Although I could see a defensive player though too from the Vikings because
Oh, God.
yeah, this guy's all
Yeah.
juiced up. All right, you're not a Dairy Queen, buddy. You're announcing a draft pick.
Everybody's booing him. Get him over there.
There you go, Michael Parsons.
Oh, that's a woman. I thought it was a guy.
Oh,
Okay,
I
it's a
did too.
woman.
Uh,
Good for him. I'm sure he's happy though he's going to
Yeah.
Dallas.
Right?
I mean, it's you're playing for the boys, man, America's team. I hate them, but
Mhm.
so then Vikings I could see go. That's where you could see Kwity Paye go. But I heard they're high on Jalen Phillips, defensive end out of Miami. Coach just eats his Twizzlers. Is that what that is? A Twizzler?
That's exactly what it is. I'm eating my Twizzler, and I still think the Giants are on the same page as Coach because they called me up earlier today. Rousseau, they traded back to get Rousseau. That's a good spot for
Hey.
him at 20.
Coach, if you get Rousseau and a first-round pick next year, and I think they got a fourth too,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be happy.
third.
You got your defensive player
Absolutely.
you want. Yeah.
I know, because remember, he tied Chase Young in sacks the last time those two played together, or in the same season, I should say. They didn't play together, but so.
Yeah. After this pick, I'm going to drop out.
I'll stay
on for this pick. Yeah. Till
I'll stay
15.
on
you said,
till
Billy.
15. Yeah, I'll stay on till 15.
Coach, you hanging to the Giants now?
Of course I am.
Yeah.
Of course, he's staying to the New York Football Giants.
Football Giants. I mean, geez, why wouldn't I? I mean, everybody else gets their pick and they leave. Everybody, that's fine. I just substitute your picks, and now I gotta, it's fine.
I hope Gettleman takes Mac Jones with 20. That would really make me happy. Danny
It would
Jones
make me
and
happy. I'd be good with that. I'd be good
Jones
with that.
connection? Are you kidding me?
I'd be good with that. Get rid of
Mac
Danny
Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh, man.
Jones effect.
Well, so is New England going Mac Jones?
Yeah,
I mean, he jumped in Roger Goodell's arms. Bro hug.
With the Chargers pick, my man.
That's going to be tough. Like I said, I think it's tackle or I think it's offensive line. You want to protect Herbert. Look, Jerry's all happy.
Absolutely.
Look, they need a defense, and you're getting the best defensive guy on the board at 12, so you can't be disappointed.
Yeah.
But I just don't know that linebacker, and Tanner mentioned about Van Der Esch, and he's 100% right. He hasn't been able to stay on the field, much like Sean Lee. But man, you got Jalen Smith, but he's an outside. Makai's going to play middle linebacker, and he's going to be a playmaker. I just thought, they need secondary help. I mean, you let, obviously, Byron Jones walk and go to Miami last year, to the Dolphins. They need help in the secondary, and maybe they're looking at addressing that later on here in the second round.
Right.
Coach, you going to talk or eat Twizzlers?
I'm going to talk.
He's used to having his mouth full. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Look, I
god.
can work with you. And now I just lost what I was going to say.
Good work, Coach.
Yep, that's me, man. That's
Chargers
me.
pick is not in.
So.
The Chargers could go defense here too.
Yeah, like I said, Ingram, who's still out there.
They could
too,
go
hasn't been signed.
Zaven Collins.
Linebacker. I could see that out of Tulsa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tanner,
Any O-line, an edge rusher, a cornerback, and a safety.
Jamin Davis has really been climbing up some boards, linebacker out of Kentucky. But I think you're right. If you go linebacker, I think you definitely go Zaven Collins out of Tulsa. Because a guy going around this spot but is dropped was Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah. But he's kind of dropped into the 20s even further now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if Mac Jones drops any further,
he's going to 15. I don't see him dropping below 15. And
you're going to see that tie start to loosen up.
Or the Redskins. I don't see him going past the Redskins.
Nah, there's no way.
Yeah, I agree.
I think
way.
if Slater's there, I think Washington gets Slater.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Washington might move up for him. I just don't see Slater slipping past the Chargers or Minnesota here. And look, for New England, you sit at 15, you get Mac Jones. Look, you talk about situation, and that's one thing for him. I'm sure, look, Niners would have been a great situation. But if you get disappointed from going from 3 to 15, but still, you look at some of these other teams like Broncos or what, at least you're going to 15 where you got McDaniels as your offensive coordinator and Belichick as your coach. So It's a good situation. Look at a guy like Big Ben. He dropped, but he went to the Steelers. And you go to the Steelers in a good team, and it helps. Another prime example, Aaron Rodgers. He falls to the Packers, and look how that worked out for him. Sometimes, everybody wants to be drafted higher and be considered better. But sometimes falling to that right situation is better for you as a player. Like I said, it worked out for Big Ben. It worked out for Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. We'll see what happens here if Mac Jones does fall to 15. And if he does, that's who New England takes.
I agree 100%. I do.
One of my college teammates just said, it wasn't on here, but he said on Facebook, he said, I don't know if it's the yak I'm sipping, but Jalen Waddle talks like Bobby Boucher. Oh my
God.
Mama
Rashawn Slater does
Mama
go.
said.
Rashawn Slater goes to the Chargers.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right. Hey, will we get a cameo of Chris? Friend of the program, wide receiver coach for the I want to say San Diego, but the LA Chargers.
Is he friend of the program or friend of Billy?
No, he's a friend of mine. We went to high school together.
Oh, I
He's
thought
a
he was
buddy.
friends with Billy.
No, listen. You gotta be specific, Coach. He's
Billy,
a buddy.
are you friends with him too, or are you just friends with him?
He's a buddy.
He's a
Billy,
buddy.
do you know him or no?
No, I don't know him.
Okay, so it really is Coach's friend. I didn't know Coach had friends.
Here's the thing, Nevada. When he said he screwed you up there, he should have said, I got a buddy. That's his classic line. I got a buddy.
Oh, I can tell you all kinds of stories about Coach.
Yep, I got a buddy.
I can tell you all kinds of stories.
I bet. His buddy.
Yep.
All right, boys. I'm out of here. It was a pleasure doing this way. Eagles get who we want.
All right.
Eagles win the NFC East. Giants.
I know he's late for work. He's late for work, right? You're late for work.
Coach, don't start, because if you say something bad, I'll go on to a lot of stories I can tell about you.
Let's
Go
go.
waste them bits out there, Coach.
Wait a second.
Let's go.
Wait a second. But I just go like this. You can start talking, and boom, he's gone. See?
Oh man!
You forget who's in charge,
Coach,
man.
Hey, join back.
I can comment on Facebook.
You could comment on
That he
Facebook.
Yeah, he didn't think about that. Yeah.
He
We
can't.
put some stories up, Coach. You know what I mean there, Coach?
In the chat. Do it in the chat. Do it in the chat.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I will. All right, guys. Have a good rest of the night, Coach. I hope you guys get who you want at 20.
We'll see you on Monday.
Take care, Nick.
Yep.
We'll
Tanner,
see you on
nice
Monday,
seeing Billy.
and,
Pleasure
nice
seeing
to
you,
see
buddy.
As always, brother.
and we'll see you on
Take
Monday.
care, man.
So he fighting me. He wants to do Tuesday. I don't like Tuesday, man. I like Mondays better. So we'll see. But so we'll see. I think
Charge pick
we'll
is
see.
in.
But here it is. This is the guy, Slater from Northwestern.
Slater, yeah. So now it's Minnesota. Who does Minnesota take? Who do they get?
if Minnesota doesn't take a Mac Jones,
No,
then
Phillips from
It's
Miami.
defense.
if
They
they
need
It
a
could
don't
be
rush.
edge rusher.
They lost
They
Griffin.
lost Griffin. They lost Griffin. They
ooh,
lost Griffin. It could be Rousseau
Yeah.
because Rousseau has gotten comparisons to Griffin.
Yeah, well, I hope not because I like Rousseau and I hope he goes to the Giants. So we'll see.
Elvis has left the building.
Yeah. Yeah. His mom making the meatloaf. Mom's calling. Meatloaf.
Oh man.
And I forgot. I was having meatloaf the other night. I was going to take a picture and tweet it out to him, but I forgot. It was so hungry.
There he is. There's Billy in the chat.
Yeah, I had to laugh. It just in case Nick came in, I had to laugh. I had to. I ain't tag him. Don't worry. I didn't tag him. Yeah, Coach, I gotta bug out at 15, man. Unlike certain individuals, I gotta report to the building in the morning.
I know. I unlike certain individuals, yeah, you do. You have to report to the building. I know the place wobbles since I left. Because and you keep it sturdy while I'm gone, man.
Let me tell you something. That new addition. Oh, there it is, Slater, man.
There it is. Yeah,
Slater.
Yeah. Great pick. They picked up a center in free agency.
Right. Yep, absolutely. So
Makes sense.
Yep.
Pat Fitzgerald. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make his stab in the NFL.
Who?
Pat Fitzgerald.
Oh, the coach from Northwestern?
Yeah.
I'm surprised too.
I'm really surprised.
He's good.
He's a pretty good coach. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make his stab at the NFL.
Yeah, but sometimes
I think he turned down jobs this past offseason.
Yeah. So,
I guess he's going to try to take a page out of Nick Saban's book.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. Can we get in here and go? We're getting there. They got to be defense here for the Vikings. They got to. They lost some pieces. So
It got to be an edge rusher. It has to be.
Yeah, we're going to see our first edge rusher come off the board.
It could be
here.
the one from Georgia. I don't want to butcher his name.
He's been coming up too. Yes, he's been flying up the draft board as well. So is the is it from Texas? The kid from Texas, Ossie.
Osami.
Yeah.
The tackle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think there's better tackles like Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State.
No. He's an edge.
Oh, you're talking. Yep. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Well, they love the pick they just got.
Yeah. Dude, was that guy's back of his head? Was he wearing a wig?
I have no idea.
Oh man, she's giving him the chain. She's giving him the chain.
Man.
Look at that, man. Oh yeah.
Starting early.
Yeah, getting fired up in LA, man. Getting fired up in LA. So man, we'll see. We will see. Is that that's the coach, right? That's Fitzy, yeah.
Yeah, Pat Fitzgerald.
So
I think it'll happen though. I mean, he's a really good coach. It'll definitely happen.
They could go linebacker here as well instead of edge rusher.
Oh, the kid from Penn State here. I mean, not Penn State, Notre Dame. I'm sorry, the Notre Dame kid.
Yeah, Notre Dame or Tulsa.
Trade.
Oh, really?
Trade alert.
The Vikes.
I gotta see.
Trade
To the
to
Jets. The Jets. The Jets. Oh my God! What are the Jets doing?
You know what's happening.
Wow! They taking 2 quarterbacks in the first round.
I don't want to say that. Oh man, that would suck.
So yeah, the Jets just traded up from 23, so that's 9 spots. I wonder for who. That's the question, because there's no one that really dropped so far Really?
Yeah, where that you don't think would be there from 23, and you're moving in front of New England. I mean, what is it that you're?
Yeah.
This is a spite. I hope it's not. This might be a spite.
Maybe it is a
pick.
tackle. It could be a tackle. It could be for the interior offensive lineman as well.
Yeah, but I think he still would have been there. I
He
still
might have.
think he would have been there.
Why does it still say they need a quarterback? It says
Or it could be for
corner,
Najee Harris.
receiver, edge.
It could be for Najee Harris.
That's true.
Yeah, but you don't think Najee Harris? Who was going to pick Najee Harris? I don't. That was before
Miami.
you. Miami's in front of you. I thought
The Cardinals possibly. Yeah, we have 18.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
The Steelers. What pick do the Steelers have? 22.
20.
The Steelers would have picked him at 22, definitely.
No, I really
because
think
23
that
is the.
Yeah, but they need offensive line help. They really got to get an offensive line. You can't go pick a running back.
You're right, but
I know.
I don't know, man.
The pick is in. Here we go.
Let's see.
Man, that's the one thing I can't get ahead on. I'm not seeing nothing.
I'm literally gonna laugh my head off. If
they go to commercial. Drew Brees doing commercials already. Oh, Justin Fields already making his money, man.
I'll be
retirement.
right
Look
back.
at that. Look at this.
Man.
I swear, I'm going to laugh my head off if these rascals pick Mac Jones. I swear, I'm gonna laugh.
You're not picking Mac. You're not picking Mac Jones here. I mean, you're not doing that.
Trade bait.
No, but I think, I think Tanner might be right. I could see them taking Najee Harris.
Force New England's hand. Trade bait. You really want a good quarterback? Hey, we'll trade you.
Yeah, but again, Billy, I still think the second tier quarterbacks are good enough to do what Bill Belichick wants to do, and I think he would be happy with the second tier guys. So that's just my my personal opinion.
Right.
So and we'll see. But man,
did the pick get announced yet?
No, it's still commercial.
Oh, they did get the guard. They did get the guard. The USC guard tackle Elijah Vera Tucker.
Really?
Wow. Beautiful pick.
Called it. I told you.
So it's a foregone conclusion who New England's getting.
Wow.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Okay, they need help at the offensive line. I could see them. I mean, you do have the number 2 pick in the second round, and I think that there'll be a good running back there that you can get.
But Mac Jones isn't going to drop that.
So they traded.
No, I'm talking about the Jets.
They traded 23. They traded 23, 66, and 86 for 14 and 143.
Jesus.
Huh. But I think that was a little steep, but But we'll see. We will see. And
man, come on.
Let's go already with this, man. I am
That's what I'm saying, Coach. I'm not piecing out on you, but dang, I do.
I hear you, bro. I hear you, man. I hear you. I know you got the, you got the building, because I still didn't get a call from the head coach, to get an update or nothing. No call from the head coach.
High school head coach?
No, the head coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, good luck with that.
Yeah, So we'll see. Yeah, but we'll come. I'm okay with this. This is a good pick for the Jets. You want to protect your quarterback,
right?
You got that offensive tackle Becton last year. Now you add him, and then you add a running back in the second round. I think it'll be good. So,
boy Kilby, he's all excited.
Let's see what they.
This is the most pivotal point right here.
Yeah,
really?
I think this is
what
the biggest.
Are the Patriots going to do?
I think this is the biggest pick in the draft. Is 15. What are the Patriots doing? But look, smart on them. They didn't have to They didn't have to jump up to get a
Mac Jones.
Yeah, and you still got the guy
Mac
you
Jones
wanted.
is the pick.
Excuse me?
The Patriots just drafted Mac Jones.
The Patriots. He's on the phone anyway. So.
Oh.
The Patriots just got Mac Jones.
I thought you were getting ready to say the Jets guy. I was going to be like, wow, that's just that's a spite pick right there. That's like, oh, you want Mac Jones? Good luck. Can't get him.
No, he's not wearing an Oakland Raiders jacket. Is this dude wearing an Oakland Raiders jacket and just got picked by the Jets? Come on, man.
Yep.
Come on.
Well, he's from the area, isn't he?
He is from Oakland, I'm assuming, but
I mean,
you can't be wearing a Raiders jacket, man. Come on now.
They're gonna crucify him out there for that.
Oh man. Jeez. Oh.
Mac Jones is a Patriot.
It's official.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's a foregone conclusion, man. Shoot. They'd be insane to not pick him up.
I agree. I mean, and so how long does Cam before he starts being a crybaby and gets himself kicked out of town?
Third day of training camp.
Longer than people think. I think it's longer than people think. I think if it was Justin Fields, I think it would have been a lot shorter. But Mac Jones, I mean, you know what I mean? This is the best pick for the Dolphins in the draft right here because the Dolphins are going to eat him alive.
Mac Jones has a more accurate arm. Mac Jones isn't the hothead that Cam can be.
Why do they have the Jets up there saying Mac Jones? They forgot to change the Patriots. But oh man, there they go. They put it up too early. They put Mac Jones with 7 minutes left. They put it there. Man. But there it is. Mac Jones. See, and here it is. What did I say at the beginning? I said I didn't think that I wasn't buying that New England was trading up, and they didn't have to. They waited and got their guy, and I think it was Mac Jones the whole time.
Absolutely.
I think it was Mac Jones the whole time. Come on, Belichick and Saban are, they're pretty tight, and that's
they work together in Cleveland.
Yep.
So.
The New England Patriots. Man.
It's Robert Kraft's buddy. Like, come on.
Yeah, I was just going to say, is that Robert Kraft? Who's that guy?
Yeah.
No, Robert Kraft's at rub and tug right now. Oh, they probably came to him. He probably makes them come to him now since he got in trouble.
COVID, man. COVID protocols.
COVID protocol, right? You got the plastic and you got the, those things where they got the rubber gloves in the glass. They stick their hand through the rubber glove.
Washy.
Yeah, man. So, but what happened? No more fans sitting in the seat anymore? We only did that for a couple of picks, and then they got rid of it?
Boo.
I'm not sure.
Mac Jones, man. All right.
Foregone conclusion, gentlemen.
There it is.
He's like, he's sprinting too. He's like, man, finally, get me out of here, man. Get me out of the green room, man. He is, look at him running, man. He's like, hey, got it. Give me the damn hat. Let's go, man. So, we got now the Cardinals. What do you? It got to be defense, right? Do you think defense? I mean, or do
it
they
could
go
be defense,
back
or I can see running back as well.
So, but I still think it's high for running back, but I can see they need some running back help, and they're on the hot seat. The Cardinals are on a hot seat here. So,
yeah,
but we'll see. And look, I think I wish the Giants would have done what the Patriots did. You go in, you get rid of your longtime Hall of Fame quarterback, you bring in a bridge guy for a year and maybe a little bit more, and then bring in the guy. And that's what they should have done with Eli. They didn't do it that way. And I think that's part of the problem with DJ too. He's,
there it is, Coach. Big arm.
Yep,
big arm, man. Big arm, accurate. Good pocket presence.
And, he's got some, he might not have receivers, but New England went out and got a bunch of tight ends.
Man,
They got a bunch of tight
Cam's
ends.
in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cam's in trouble.
They got a lot of weapons in free agency.
Cam lost the Bills game. They were driving, remember? All they had to do was kick a field goal to win the game. And what does he do? He fumbles the football.
Cam's in trouble.
So Cam, and I feel bad for Cam. I mean, it's just like anybody when you're your mind, your time's not up, but your body says it's time, and it's that time.
Bin time.
It is. It has.
Bin time.
And, so, man, I thought it was a beauty pageant at first. Where are all these blondes coming from? Where's he got the Alabama cheerleaders crowd over here too?
Good Lord.
Man, jeez. So,
I think those are just sisters. They got to be.
Yeah, I mean, and there, finally, the dilemma is over. People can breathe in New England. We got the next Tom Brady. But again, that's all you're going to be compared to. You're not being compared to
no.
Cam.
You're being compared
Cam,
to
but you're being compared to Tom, and it'll always be Tom. So,
Tom Town.
It's Tommy's town. So we'll see. And we'll see. Here's the Cardinals in here with this
With the pick, who they get?
Here. And look, he's just fired up, man. Look, where's Robert Kraft playing? Let's get to New England. Let's get to work, baby. I'm pissed.
He's on snap now.
Yeah, he's ready to look. The tie's a little bit undone. He's getting a little annoyed being in that room, being the last guy considered to be first.
last quarterback in. Yeah.
8-7. There you go. Good job, man. So. Awesome.
Well, Coach, I'm gonna head out, man.
Yeah, Coach.
All right. You guys are going to leave me here by myself. It's fine. I appreciate it. It's good. I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out. And it's been fun, man. Billy, have fun at work tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
I miss everyone. And by the way, if you check out Snowfall, man, one of our coworkers looks just like a dude on Snowfall.
Yeah, I gotta check it out.
So yeah. All right, hey Tanner, man. Next time we're gonna have you live in so you can cook something up for us and feed us.
Coach, I'll text you on Monday about hopping on the podcast, man.
Yeah, let me know on Monday. Definitely.
Likewise.
I will. I'll do that for you, man.
All right, cool deal, man. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. See you later. So just me. It's just me hanging out because we got 3 picks to go. We're going to stick it out to see what the G-men do because I can't not, as everybody else bailed on me. Don't care because, not my first rodeo by myself. So and get my trusted assistant. She's going to bring me a drink out of the trusty fridge in our bunker, and whatever. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you got in your hand. Xavier Collins going to the Cardinals, which, you know what? That's a good pick, man. Xavier Collins, he's been moving up the draft board. I know early on he was considered a second-round pick, got late into the first, and now he's climbed up there. I think this is a good pick. Go with J.J. Watt, that defense. And I forget the kid they drafted last year. Was he from Clemson? The linebacker didn't really work out very well, to be honest with you. So we'll see who's going to step in and play. But I like this pick for them. I think this is a good pick, and we'll see what the Raiders do here. The Raiders, which, by the way, next year, will be the draft will be in Vegas, because if you remember, it was supposed to be there last year. So now it'll be back in Vegas with fans. So that's that'll be good and good. Looking forward to this kid, Xavier Collins. So I'm excited as a Giant fan, because still the two DNs from University of Miami, who are my two top guys for the Giants, still on the board. With 3 picks to go here, and I think we will see what Vegas does. I think they are going to go defense as well. That's a defensive call, because the Raiders, I mean, come on, their defense was horrible last year. They couldn't get to the quarterback. They just, couldn't get out of their own way. I mean, look, let's not forget who their head coach is, and, who is, by the way, and let me remind all those Raider fans out there, the Raiders, that their head coach is 18 games below 500 since winning a Super Bowl back in 2000, in that era, turn of the century. So it's been quite a while, and he can't win football games because the game has, what's that called? Oh yeah, passed him by. So he's still riding his bicycle to work, and the Lamborghini is going by. So we'll see what the Raiders do here, but I really think it has to be defense here. Shore up that defensive line, something in the middle, run stopper. I think the Pity, I can't even say his name, the kid from Michigan, or the nose tackle from Alabama, one of those guys in this spot here. I think it's interior line for them. And also safety help. They can use some safety corner, and so I could see the more kid from TCU going here. So we'll see what happens there. And then after that, Miami. And I think we'll see our first running back come off the board here with Miami. And and Washington. I think Washington probably goes offensive lineman. I think the kid from Virginia Tech, who's still there. So we'll is my guess with that. And then we get to the Giants. So we'll see what how that works out. Oh, the drama, the excitement. So we're good, man. But we are we're getting it good. So very excited. Of course, just texted my buddy Chris, the receiver coach for the Los Angeles Chargers, congratulating him on their pick. He's pretty pumped about it. So we'll see. And I'm pretty pumped for them. Was very high on the quarterback. Thought he should have been a Giant. Thought he should have came out early, and the Giants could have picked him. And it didn't pan out. So So we'll see. And I hate these stupid commercials that they run, like 100 of them now. They run so many commercials and it's all about the dollars, the dollars, the dollars. But let's move it a little bit. A little bit quicker than this. But what I remember, I honestly, I don't remember. I think the whole draft. I think, we've been rolling here. 2 hours and 40 minutes. We've been broadcasting, so I appreciate everybody checking us out and hanging out with us and stopping by. It's great, and there it is, man. Yep, my man. Here he is, Stiz, still there. Yep, thank you. Thanks, Stiz. I appreciate you coming on and hanging out, Stiz. And here we are. I think, it's Payne. It's Quiddy. I can't say his first name. Payne and Davis Phillips, the three the top three defenders on the board right now. And then, of course, you have Dershaw and Elijah Moore from Ole Miss is another guy. And I'm sure if Al Davis was around, he'd be going with the receiver because, I love those guys, the receivers. So we'll see. But I got to believe that it's defense here, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm thinking it's interior line, but wow, big surprise, man. Alex Leatherwood, offensive tackle from Alabama. Wow, man. Hey, and look, they had him going a little bit later. That's a little early. But look, they lost some key offensive linemen. That's good. It's a good pick for them. That's good. That's a guy that's going to step right in and play. So if I'm the Raiders, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that pick. I am. You can never have enough offensive tackles, and after the disaster that was, when you picked, I'm sorry, did your head coach call him the LeBron James of offensive tackles? And then you paid money, you paid them back their money and gave him back to the team. So but again, he was the LeBron James of offensive tackles. So, but now I think you're getting somebody who's, I wouldn't compare LeBron James, but you know what? But you're going to get a damn good tackle, so that's a good pick for Vegas there, Alex Leatherwood. That's going to be good. That's good for them, I think. And now we go. The Dolphins get their second pick. I think we might have a running back here. I think we see Najee Harris or somebody come off the board here. We'll see. And now we're getting there. Giant, we go Redskins and then Giants. So I think running back, offensive line help here with Washington, and then we get to the Giants. And if I'm the Giants, I'm excited here because I know that these defensive end guys are still there. They're still there. So I'm pretty confident the Giants are going to get it right, trade back and get a defensive end because that's what we need, a legit defensive end. So, wow. See, look, ESPN just put up 60% chance of him being available at pick 46. So, I think honestly, I don't put stock into that. If that's your guy, if that's the guy you have, you need a tackle. He's the highest rated tackle. But the kid from Virginia Tech is still on the board. So, man, how do you if you're the Dolphins, how do you let that go? So I don't know, man. It's tough here. I think it's either running back or the kid from Virginia Tech. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, and how we get that going. So the pick is in for Miami. So hopefully they get up there and don't do a lot of jibber jabbering. Jibber jab. I pity the fool for that jibber jab. So let's get this going and get to the Giants, man. Let's go here, baby. So man, they're back to the chair that they got out of the dumpsters. Some TV guy driving down the road to wherever the site is. They saw that chair sitting in somebody's trash and pulled it out, put it up there. So let's see. Jalen Phillips, defensive end. Wow. Okay. All right. There you go. So we'll see how that works out. We're gonna go. We're going. Which is fine because I still Russo's still my guy. I think Russo's the guy. So we'll see. And we'll see. There it is, the first defensive end off the board tonight. And now Washington's on the board. Where do they go? They needed their quarterback is one of their needs. But I think they go offensive line. I think it's a no-brainer here. Then I think it's the kid from Vatech. I think he's the guy with that pick, and we go. So we'll see. Very excited to see this happen because the Giants, here they come. Hopefully, not a fan of the Payne kid from Michigan, just because he's that tweener type. I think we need a legit defensive end pass rush. I was okay with the Phillips or Rousseau. I am higher on Rousseau. And again, for those of you who forgot, it is Rousseau had the same amount of sacks as Chase Young coming out of college that year that Chase Young came out. So with that being said, that's the guy, and I think you pair him up with a Leonard Williams because Leonard Williams is more of a Robin than a Batman, and Leonard Williams is that tweener guy that you can slide inside, can play outside, can be pretty versatile. So you just need that legit pass rusher, and I think that's that missing piece to the Giants defense. I really like what they did with the back half and the secondary. Really excited about that. Now we just add a legit pass rusher to that scheme, and man, we made a lot of strides. And again, I'm the first one to say it. Look, I think Dave Gettleman has done a subpar job in drafting, but has done a way above average. I'm not going to say excellent, but way above average when it comes time to signing free agents. Done an excellent job getting these free agents in. I mean, look, Leonard Williams, I think you outbid your own self, and you paid a little too much for a guy that the Jets just wanted to kick to the curb. But it's over. It's done with. But other than that, I mean, we went out. We got some nice pieces. Galladay got two nice corners. So we've made lots of strides. I mean, Jabril Peppers we got back in the Odell Beckham trade. So we are in that defense. Linebackers, I mean, really, Martinez playing well. We'll see how it is, but I think we add that one piece to that defense will shore it up. And look, the offense is the offense. We've added some pieces, but and everybody keeps talking about that offensive line. I think we can add a center in the later rounds. I think we need a center that will to help bolster that, because we do have a used car salesman playing center that was on the street selling cars, came in, play offensive line, moved over to center from guard or whatnot, a true center. So but I'm okay. Andrew Thomas making some strides. Pert, and I just think having Nate Solder in that room, as much as I'm not, Nate Solder is not the guy. He's just a swinging gate as far as I'm concerned, but he is a veteran guy. He's won a Super Bowl or two up in New England, but that veteran can really help those guys, and I think it will make it better. Really high on Lemieux. So there you go. We add another, and maybe you even move Solder in to guard. Slide him down and let him coach Pert up, and we add a center and competition there at center, and go from there. So I think the Giants are looking good. The pick's in here for Washington. Let's see which way they go and get this pick in. I think it's an offensive lineman. I think it's the guy from Virginia Tech, and we will see. We will see. Here we go. And then don't forget, Wednesday, May 12th, 8 p.m., the season schedule comes out. Can't wait for that. Start booking our road trips for the road games. So we'll get that going on the 12th, which is an exciting day because I go back to the doctor. Hopefully they cut the cast off and get this cast off my leg. But hopefully that happens on the 12th. If not, still stuck with this in. But we will see. What's this? Wow. Surprise. Jamin Davis from Kentucky, the linebacker, to Washington. Wow. Huh. This is because I know Gettleman loves his O-lineman. And does he take this kid? But, God, Rousseau's here, man. How do you not take Rousseau at 20? Come on, you traded back. I mean, come on now. Come on. This makes it scary here for me. I'm kind of on pins and needles. I mean, what is he going to do? Does he pick the receiver from Ole Miss? I mean, that's a possibility because he's terrible at making picks. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we get, hopefully he's on the phone right now with Greg Rousseau from the U, and the Giants are sending their plane down to Miami right now and having them picked up. So we'll see. Hopefully it's that's what happens. So, but hey, the Redskins, that surprised me. That came out of left field for me. I didn't think that they were going Redskins, going linebacker at this spot here. I thought really interior lineman, but they just got Eric Flowers back. Who, by the way, you heard it from me. The Giants should have moved him into guard. They decided just to let him walk out the door. And he played very well for the Redskins at guard, got himself a fat contract with Miami. Unfortunately, they couldn't afford to keep paying him, so they traded him back to Washington. So they're excited about that and went linebacker. So now here's the Giants at 20. They traded back 9 spots. Got a couple extra picks, and they got a number 1. They got a number 1 for next year. So that, well worth it. Very, very excited. But Come on. We need a rush end here. This is got to be a rush end for the New York Football Giants. I mean, I just am not, I'm beside myself if this is what happens, because it is, nail biting. And I know Billy, Nevada, Nick were on pins and needles with the Eagles, and because they're, Harry Roseman's not a very good drafter as well, and so I understand. And here we are, we're in the same boat. I mean, they got their guy, and here we go. We're not talking about offense, and please just we fix the offense. Need a legit defensive end pass rusher, a stud, Gregory Rousseau from Miami, the U. Come on now, and let's see. I just don't know if that's the case, because I believe that the Giants are going to go. Here's Dave Gettleman, and here he comes, fat ass. Let's go. What's the pick? So he's, Joe Judge. Come on, Judge. Tell him this is what you want. But is that Rousseau? Who's that? Put the name up there. Come on now. Come on, look how you get excited. Let's go, G-Man. Oh, man, no. It's Quiddy Payne from Michigan. That is not the guy. Come on. Rousseau is 10 times better. But, listen. Here it is what it is, I think. And that who we're going to have to go with. I mean, that's who they're saying. It's that the pick's not in yet. The pick's in now. Let's see what the deal is. But usually when they go to that, they already know this is all scripted anyway. So we'll see how that works out. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll get it going and see who the pick is. Let's go. Bring it up. Come on now. Let's go, baby. And man. Okay. Come on. But we'll see how this plays out. The anticipation. Let's go. Bring it up. The pick is in. Let's see, man. I mean, he is this, slow walk to the podium, but I'm not a fan of this pick. If it's the kid from Michigan, I had to, even though Rousseau opted out, I don't know really what the issue. I didn't follow up or why he fell. He was a top 5 pick coming into the beginning of where I didn't think he might not be there at 11, but now here we go, and now we're going on. But listen, we need pass rushing help. We need it. We're desperate for it. So I'll take what we get. What you got to do is, you're not in the room, you don't have a say in it. So here we go. All right, my man wearing his LT jersey. There you go, Super Bowl jersey from '86. He's the. Oh no, that's not. That's the 90. That's the 92 one. They wore the blue in '86. My bad. So, and that's 40 years ago. Greatest player ever drafted, LT. So, are you kidding me? Are you effing kidding me? Really? Really? Unbelievable. Oh my God. Can we fire Dave Gettleman now? God, can we fire Dave Gettleman now? Because that's terrible. Terrible pick. Worst pick. This is even worse than Barkley. So horrible. But all right, I'm gonna go jump out my window now because the Giants made such a terrible pick. So join us Monday. You'll listen to me bitch and complain about what a horrible pick this is for the Giants, and it makes no sense at all. So I gotta go. Thank you everyone for checking us out. Make sure you share it with your friends, like us, go to YouTube, ring the bell, like the page. I appreciate it. Everyone have a great night. Be safe, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a good one. Unbelievable.